Yeah, so that's crazy. That's crazy to think about. That could have been massive people, or it could have been like the real pioneers of America.
Well, like, bro, did you see the videos that I shared the other day of post-war, Civil War, like what they called parades? And
Yeah, that's wild.
bro, what about that big ass 11-year-old?
But do you think it was a parade? What were they parading around about back then?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm guessing a victory of some sort. But here's the fucking thing: when I'm finding videos of black folks who who are like, "Motherfucker, I lived in Washington. What are you talking about?" During the war, and then they're interviewing white supposed Civil War soldiers from the South, and they're like, "I don't know. I think the enemy came from Kentucky." Like
Mm,
that's a little suspect. Like if you don't
yeah,
know, then what happened?
right. Yeah. No,
Those,
that's
if
fair.
anyone should know, it should be them.
Well, that's why it's hard to believe history because they really don't they really don't stand they give you like little bits of information and then they expect you to speculate and then they're kind of mad when you have a speculation on it.
Hey, sometimes when you speculate and you follow the directions of speculating, you end up in court.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's
That's
weird.
facts. Yeah, that is weird. But that's what I'm saying. That's the weird part about and it seems like it's getting worse, bro. It
It
seems like
is.
nowadays, like you want to I feel like going against the grain all the time. Okay, the flat earth, round earth thing. I'll say there's flat earth just because I know everybody is going to press me if I say it's flat. Does that make sense? So then
100%.
it gives me a reason to have a challenging argument to further my theory on the earth actually being probably more of a dome shape rather than flat.
Even to further that, and your point, when someone asks me, I give the most truthful, non-biased answer I can give because that's what I think. And I think I don't know. I've never
Mm,
fucking seen the earth. I've only walked on it, a small
right,
portion. They
right.
don't even like that answer. They're like, "What are you, dumb? How am I dumb for telling you I've never fucking seen the earth?"
Huh. Or been
That's
to
the
the
realest
moon.
answer you can give.
Yeah. Well, that dude pretty much killed himself trying to get to the moon. You ever hear about that guy? They didn't talk about that dude
Yeah.
much.
Who
He
made his own
swore
rocket.
bam right into the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? You know, and sometimes I feel like these smarter individuals are sending and posting videos to see where the smart people are at. They know
Mm,
where the dumb folks are at. But for
mm.
instance, when Elon Musk did his second launch and the shuttle blew up, did you notice that everybody in the control room started cheering, clapping, and hell yeah?
Yeah, they were like rooting, yeah, like rooting it on.
Why is
Yeah.
it bad for his ship to blow up? They just paid millions of dollars for.
I don't know, because then you don't figure out the truth maybe?
Maybe he's so damn rich and so smart. He was like, you know what? Let's see how many people fucking don't notice that we're cheering for this.
Hmm.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Well, I think COVID it's funny you were talking about that because I think that relates back to this. I think COVID was a good way for them to see really quickly how many people are just gonna follow this and who's gonna resist, right?
Right.
How many people can we say this is what's happening, they're just gonna believe it just because we said so?
If ooh, and where would you go to see these people and on a actual graph that is not biased to any ideology?
Uh,
Well,
probably
if you're a twit, the definition of a twit is an idiot. So
right?
it's a euphemism
Like a
for like
waste
dumb
well,
person, right? A
yeah,
twit.
yeah, yeah.
If you're on Twitter for twits and then someone buys it to show you where the twits are, X marks the
Mm,
spot. X marks the spot.
Twitter.
Now look at history. What's under attack the most in America? The South.
Mhm.
Fucking
Yeah,
dumb hillbillies. It's y'all's
yeah,
fault for slavery. It's y'all's
yeah.
fault for uneducated people. It's y'all's fault for inbreeding. It's y'all's fault, y'all's fault, y'all's fault. Why is it our fucking goddamn fault? Motherfucker, nothing goes on here but us sitting in our yard.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand that anyway because I feel like the South has more diversity. Like a lot of the other states that I've been to, there's a lot of foreigners. There's not a
Oh,
lot of like,
if you look
uh,
back in history, the South was nothing but black folks.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It still
And then
is.
a smaller amount of white folks that wanted to help and join their way of living. That's why when I showed that Civil War footage of the dude or the post Civil War footage interview of the guy who was in the Civil War or whatever, he said they came over here and got what? They took our horses and they took our fucking stuff to put on the horses to make our own food. That's what
Right.
they took.
Like oh, like to take care of the horses.
Like plows,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit like
yeah, yeah,
that.
like, okay, to, like, not
Their
I
equipment.
got you, to farming shit, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if that's where it started? What if it was more to the land? What if it was racism started and stemmed to an area, the South? What if it was, like, that population of people regardless of what they are? And that would make sense why you've seen both sides,
Mhm.
black and white in that battle, right?
Both dead wearing the same outfit.
Right, yeah,
If you
because they
gave the slaves guns and you put them and made and got them to sleep as the same equal besides somebody who's been fucking them over for their whole life, you think they're not gonna wake up and kill that guy?
hmm,
No way, they're gonna definitely do that. I would if
yeah.
I was a black dude and went through all that with
Do
those
you
people.
think Do you think it was creative from, like, mainstream media, like, early onset, like, the newspapers?
I think it's the 4th generation of propaganda. I think this happened 3 more times before this. I think they started merging the wars together more during this time, and the reason I say that is because when you Google, "When did the Civil War end?" It says a certain date, but what happened in the same fucking area right after literally right after that, the Indian Wars.
Hmm,
The Indians lived in the same spot. That's why their Indian reservations are in the same spot. They were all a team. So in the South, if you have the white people, the black folks, and the natives all on the same team, that would kind of be where the Tennessee flag kind of depicts three different stars of people in one
in a
circle.
circle. Yeah, yeah, that's facts.
And that goes for everyone's flag, though. Florida, where you live, is one of the most important. Florida at one time was like the South's Texas
Hmm,
before Texas was owned or ran by certain kind of people. Florida was the first Texas because they got to monitor everyone who come in off the fucking ocean.
bro, and that's crazy you say that because it's got our flag is actually an Indian woman standing by the water looking out into the ocean, like she's watching the shoreline.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
And back then, during that time, that was called picket duty.
Oh, like a picket fence, like you're
Yeah,
the
like
fence.
the
Oh,
union would put people on picket duty, and they'd be the ones who went and watched and relayed the message. So what? So there's a gap there, though.
well, why do
If
you
you get
think
to
they
be
try
on
to
picket
silence
duty,
them?
if you get to be on picket duty, the easiest position to have. What is our easiest position to have? National Guard.
Right.
Wh That's the only
Coast
branch
Guard.
that yeah, that's the only branch in the fucking military where you could just walk in as from somewhere else, get citizenship, and join.
Yeah.
You can't do that
100%.
with the Navy or the Air Force or the Marines.
No, no. And we have so many branches of military. That's been always weird to me too. Why so many different ones?
Mhm.
Like we got Army, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard.
Yeah,
That's wild.
and I to a geographical sense, I understand why, but there's still some things that don't make sense. Like, why I'm pretty sure now, this might not be a fact, I'm not sure about this part. I know the Navy has an Air Force, and the Air Force has an Air Force. Why?
Oh yeah, I get what you're
I
saying
just don't
because
know which
Navy
one's
boats.
bigger.
Well, yeah, well, I think Navy boats position in the water, and then the jets from the naval, Air Force or whatever fly, and that's what land on those aircraft carriers. I could be
Okay.
wrong though. I don't know. I think every part of the military has like a water unit. I think Navy just specializes in ships, but they have aircrafts. They have all that. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's why I think it's weird though. I think it's I mean, I guess if you have an ocean, well, SpaceX, so it boils back to that. That makes sense to me why SpaceX is being created, right? Because if we have something up in space, then we need to protect it. But why did they silence the Indians? Because if the Indians were the people that were here, that maybe the battle was taken from the land and then it was like oh, we come together. It really wasn't a battle. What if people got put here from other areas of the world, whether it was by force or by will, and then the Indians are like, "Hey, how are you?" That's where you get the Pilgrims versus the Indians Thanksgiving. The settlers come and burn their shacks down, blah 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 blah. Well, what if it was a lot more peaceful than that? You know what I'm saying? What if that's what it
Okay.
was? And that's why they don't let the Indians talk because then the truth will come out. And then what?
Well, see, there we go. It ain't. That's the thing. Like, look how they make us talk. Indians are from India. We forget that because it's on our
Yeah,
schools.
yeah,
My school I went to was the Harpeth Indians. So you
yeah.
mean my school in this white ass neighborhood is the Harpeth people from India? I know this for a complete fact because I was taught it on the spot at a meet and greet. I asked what Indian tribe this lady was from, and her eyeballs got big as fuck. She's like, her husband was like, no, 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 we don't like to
You
be
said
called
that word.
Indians.
I know. I hate that I do it, but bro, well, you're right. That's what we're
It's
taught.
it's how we're
Yeah,
taught though.
yeah,
But
yeah.
to go back to your SpaceX thing, the whole world is surprised by who backing Trump up.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, who runs
Yeah,
X, right?
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
And Trump is creating SpaceX.
I just think sometimes, bro. I
Now,
pray.
what did Elon do?
Yeah,
He showed that his thing
endorsed
blew
him.
up and
Yeah,
everyone cheered about it.
yeah,
So why would you need a SpaceX if you
yeah.
can't do nothing up
You
there?
can't go there. Well, I think. Well, that's what scares me too, though. That's also fearful for me because, like, I hope and pray that we're not rooting on something that's actually more evil and sinister than we thought. You know what I mean?
How do you fix your country? You need space.
Your people. Yeah.
You need
Oh yeah.
space, which means
Yeah.
what? You need a border.
Yeah.
Who tried to build a border? Who tried to give the
Trump.
space?
Trump. You're right.
Who took it down?
Bro, that's crazy. Because COVID was trying to create space. 6 feet. It was trying to create space. So maybe Trump's idea of space was a border and Biden's idea of it was a fake virus. Like, damn. Oh,
Mathematics.
that's
Two negatives
crazy.
equal a positive. If
Bro,
two
what do you
negatives are making two negative narratives, it makes it look like a
positive
positive
narrative?
narrative. But who created the positive narrative? Negative people.
Well, what do you think about this? If that bullet would have landed in Trump, then Biden would have stepped down, and then we would have had two people running for president that no American voted to be running for a president because it would have forced
I
the
think
the
the other side better be glad it didn't, because you know why?
what?
We are Americans are amped up right now, and they ain't take no guns yet.
Yeah, that's true. But I also think that at the end of the day, this is what I believe. I believe that was fate, bro. Like I think that there's a lot of things in life that you can look at and say, I don't believe. But if you could look at, I was watching that in a Tijuana Flats, bro. I was watching, they had the speech rolling on the TV when he just started grabbing his ear. And at first you're like, no way, bro. No way did this happen. And then you really find out how close that man was to being completely done for, and that was like America on the brink. And then he
Hmm.
stood up and threw his hand up and yelled, "Fight!" Like, yo, how can you not stand up and say, "Yo, this is who"? Just give him 4 years. Let's see what he does. Can't be any
But
worse than this shit.
okay, so let's say so we both have different standpoints, which is cool because essentially we're on the same team and
Yeah,
we can talk about this and assess it. So check it. Let's say it was fake, right?
right.
Do you think it was fake for a good reason or a bad reason?
Do you mean fake
How
is
do you fight
like,
fake news?
yeah, but do you mean it is fake like it was like staged as
I
the
mean,
person
I mean,
was.
I personally don't think it was fake. So let's just take your idea of it. So what do you think?
I think that the guy was allowed. I think security was laxed due to the fact that, eh, It is what it is. It's just a little convention thing here. They seen some stuff. They're like, no big deal, and let it ride. And thinking and hoping that maybe it got done, and it didn't get done. So then they had to eliminate the target. It just don't make sense that that dude got there with a ladder and all these things when I've
Oh,
been around those convention type
so
things.
do you think Trump got shot in the ear? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
100%.
yeah, 100%. Okay. So so okay, I'm confused. What do you think?
I
What
think they
do you
allowed him to get close too close and take shots in hopes that it would knock the candidate out. That's what I believe.
so you think it was planned?
Yeah, but I don't know by who. I can't. I think the CIA or whoever laid lax and allowed whoever to make the moves on the back end of it.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Well, what I was getting at is if someone does think it was, let's say somebody thinks it was all the way fake.
Right.
I ask myself, I say, okay, if it was all the way fake, would it be for bad or for good? I couldn't come up with anything to for Trump to make it bad. I couldn't think of why he would do anything.
Mm-mm.
For him to do it for a good reason, I could think of 10 things. What is he being attacked by this whole time? Fake news.
Right.
How do you combat fake news? You're not by telling the truth. No one wants to
No
hear the truth.
facts.
So, what if he was fighting fake news and was just maybe more convincing faker news? He won.
Well, yeah, but I don't know because is that the route you go? You think that's the route? I feel like if you get caught faking that, that's game. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't. I don't know if that's the way.
But that's where this comes in. Somebody who's got the ability to sit and look up shit all day, you know, even then, I going back to me, like I think it was real, but I do think it was somebody kind of and looked the other way a few times.
Yes. Yes.
But then again, go back to the JFK assassination. If you watch it, you can plainly see somebody in the front seat turn
Yeah.
around with a gun.
Yeah.
There's,
In the front, yeah, and I think it's the driver even, and they said he was doing that because that's just the security because they were in a convertible. But I've heard a lot of different theories on that. And you know what's funny is I seen a YouTube channel reenact it, and it's very similar to JFK. If Trump wouldn't have turned, it would have almost been the same shot, I believe, right through and right out the back. And that's what. So I don't know, bro. I think it. I think, in my opinion, I think America's history is twisted and bent so much. Who knows what to believe anymore? We were talking about this too about
what if Trump's
Pennsylvania.
going to tell us the real history?
That's what I hope. That's what I hope and pray is it, or at least allow the people that think about it to think about it freely. You know what I mean? To really research it, right?
Kurt, let me ask you something. Why do you think? How do you say this? Do you think aliens are more interesting than our actual history that we don't know about? Which one do you think is more interesting as a person?
I think to me, I think the alien theory is kind of played out. I think they're either there or they're not. I think if they were there, I think by now with the way technology is, we would have caught it with something way more clear than we have.
Hmm.
I, to me, missing history is more important because there's a reason it's missing, right?
Hmm. How do
And
you how
for
do you
me,
study aliens?
you got to just have theories of other people or theories of not really science. There's nothing really behind it.
How do you study history?
Research,
What are they getting rid of?
research.
With aliens, there ain't nothing they got to get rid of.
Mm-mm. It's there. You can't hide nothing. Area 51's already hidden, right?
Back in the day, the bad guys were called aliens. It
They
meant
still are.
they had an alien way of thinking, a unnormal way of thinking,
Yeah.
a like what are they doing? Their thoughts are alien. That's why all the leaders back in the day used that word as the oppositions were the aliens.
And I've always thought that's weird because foreigner, like growing up, and I heard alien. I'm thinking, what are they? Remember that kid that come from Cuba, exiled? Because they let that had to have happened more times. They've had to have let a lot of people come to America to settle, or people have come to America to settle. Why do you think we're such a big melting pot? Do you think that it was? Uh, that's the weird part to me. Is this like a battleground of freedom? But is it really freedom that it's a battleground of?
I think the battle is for stuff we don't know about. I think it's the most important piece of land on the entire world, which is why multiple people have been coming here forever.
Well, look at all the other countries, bro. They're beautiful, I think, but I think they have a lot of problems, like with their infrastructure of their economy and their and like the building. But I see that in a lot of places. Pennsylvania, their infrastructure is way different than let's say Tampa, right?
Hmm.
So most of the time in what I've seen, and I've never been to another country, but I think a lot of the structure in the countries are very similar throughout the country.
Hmm.
America, it's different everywhere, right?
Right.
So what if it was just a big spot that people were kind of pushed off to? Like, hey, bro, you're not welcome in this country anymore. We're shipping you off here. You know, all these big boats that sailed from all these other countries to go to New York and go to Florida and go to uh, all these different places. So what if it was all? What if we were all like essentially brought here against our own will at one point? And that's why people are constantly trying to come here.
Or
It's
taken
always
away
gonna
from here at one point.
and shipped like almost trading.
Bro, think
Yeah,
about this.
yeah.
You have the Titanic, the Britannic, the Olympic, all associated with JP Morgan.
Mm.
JP Morgan was from England. JP Morgan lived in New York. He died in New York. If you look at New York was where everyone shipped off for World War One. Shipped off for World War One. So shit was bad even before then because it was the Civil War. If the Titanic was leaving from England to come here in 1912, 1913, right after the Civil War, and the beginning of the World War in 1915 to 17, what the fuck were you coming here for? To see what?
Yeah.
To see shit?
Yeah, war.
Oh, wait, that boat sank. Come on, anyone. Anyone who wants a fucking ticket, get it. Even if you have 10 cents in your pocket, we have a room for you. Everyone pack on this boat. By the way, the richest motherfuckers that were invited are not getting on the boat. Goodbye. Never comes back. Britannic sinks as well. Where was it going? It was going to Greece. Then where? They don't know. Never made it there. Probably
Mm.
America, since there's a lot of motherfuckers that look like Roman people. Now they say, well, there's no way that there's no way we know what the Roman people look like. We only know by these statues. Horse shit. It was fucking yesterday. If you have people born and you know you can look at them and be like, oh yeah, they're definitely German. Oh yeah, they're definitely native. Then you could do the same thing for them. Why can't you? Is it just like you're not allowed or what? That's that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Go look at Tennessee, the Parthenon. Where's the fucking pyramid? Where's the Roman style pyramid? That was probably built with the alien or with aliens with the natives.
Aliens. But it's aliens because it's aliens to somewhere.
I
That's
think
what's
the
kind of
ideology was alien. I think these original people, because you got to look at it, the black folks that was already here, the white folks that were already here, and who's the third one? Uh, shit, it was oh, and the natives that were already here. They all lived the same way. They believed that God was earth, elements of earth.
mm,
They illustrated things as gods. Like for instance, Zeus. Zeus.
mm,
Zeus cometh down from the clouds bearing a thunderbolt in each hand. So he's what? He's a fucking thunderstorm.
mm.
Why did the first depictions of Zeus have swastikas on them?
Oh,
Why did the Navajo Indians put swastikas on everything?
Well, I think history repeats itself. It just repeats itself in different faces.
What if those three didn't repeat themselves and they actually lived with each other during that time, during one time?
Hmm. Like
One
as
that
as as all on the same in the
same
same
team.
time, just different people. Right?
Well,
Oh, I get what you're saying.
because it wasn't a Democrat or Republican or a fucking independent or a black guy or a white guy. It was people of the earth. That's it. No matter what you look like, people of the earth.
Well, there's been this political battle for all of time, they say, right? So maybe that makes a lot of sense. And maybe it makes sense that they move history around to make it seem like at one time this didn't exist. Like this wasn't a problem.
What if it's a biblical?
Oh yeah,
Look
100%.
at the quarters from when we were kids. George
I've heard
Washington is facing towards "In God We Trust." Look at the
yeah.
new quarters. He's got his back turns towards
Yeah,
it.
you're right. Yeah, I've seen that, and I've also heard people that have went to the military and served that have come back and said, "Look, what you believe that we're fighting this war for, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's way bigger than that." And then you watch these documentaries, and they go into these villages and they learn their religion intentionally in order to get briefings for these towns. And if they do things that they don't agree with, they do kind of adjust what they're doing. Like it's weird, bro. That is weird. So I wonder if we're just the big bad religious bullies. I wonder if like space, getting to space and controlling space and understanding what's above you is just a power thing. Is just to like hold down power of the religious war.
Think about this to add to that. If the whole country has been brainwashed with politics, which is why the celebrities are now the politicians, X, Y, and Z, whatever.
Right.
What if, how do you say that? Hmm. What if that's the reason things are playing out the way they are now? What if that's why he dodged that bullet by a fucking less than a centimeter? What if that is, in a sense, the creator being like, hey motherfuckers,
Yes.
by a gust of wind, I can fucking save whoever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Now, what y'all are gonna do is let the biblical shit live and cut it with this fucking politics shit because the politics ain't worth a fuck. Politics can't plant a fucking flower. Politics can't have emotion.
No.
They actually fucking desensitize you from emotion. The Bible don't. Now, I
You
don't.
see
Now, I'm gonna be real. I don't believe in the Bible
right.
because
Me
there's
either.
too fucking many of them. Do
Too
I
many
believe in a
books,
God? Yes,
variations. Yeah.
but I don't believe the Bible is that.
Right. Altered by man. You
Yeah, I mean,
can't.
there's too many. There's over. I think they say it's over 30,000 versions of the Bible.
And they've taken stuff out and withheld books from it, and it's weird, bro. But look at the Olympics. It's crazy you say that because I noticed some things over this past week. Like the Olympics, they mocked what was the Final Supper. They
Yep.
mocked that. They mocked. Then they had that man fighting the woman in the boxing match, like legitimate man, but his testosterone levels were low enough that he could legally fight a woman, and he beat the hell out of her. I hate to laugh, but this is what our country like. It's not just America, bro. This is happening in Paris.
You know how this is one sided?
Yeah.
So that fucking dude can fight that woman, but why can't a dude fight that dude look like a lady dude?
Because it'll be a hate crime, dog. Like what? Yeah, I'm telling you. That's wild, dude. That is
Well, what is
wild.
that doing to women?
But he's allowed to beat that woman up because he wishes he was that woman.
What's
Like
that do
that's
to the woman
crazy.
though?
The sense it makes him angry. It makes him unconfident about being a woman. Yo, that's
Bro, that
sad,
is
dog.
humiliating females.
But then look what Kamala Harris just did. She put I don't even know what rapper it was up there shaking her ass, running around the stage during a presidential or a potential presidential. Like what?
It's a fucking freak show. They know the jig is up. They're doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And I don't know what they're going to do next, but I'll tell you this, there's definitely a silent majority and they're huge.
Bro, they're playing on the sex sells thing. They're playing on the same thing you were saying earlier. The media, Like, think about it. If you could gain 70 million look how many subscribers Drake or some of these hip hop artists have in the 80, 90 million subscribers, right?
Hmm.
Hey, what 80, 90 million voters, guess who wins? By a landslide, dog. So if you could get
But I think that's only to help that's only to help the the covert operation because they're it might look like 90 million voters, but it ain't.
yeah, no, no, exactly. I know. Yeah, but
Who's
I'm
helping
saying,
that happen?
mm,
The same motherfuckers have been scamming old white women. I don't. Can I get your credit card information? What did Kamala say she was? An Indian? Now she's a black woman somehow.
bro, I'll be real with you. I think it's the same people that turned their eyes when that dude took the shot at Trump. I believe the CIA is always in control of everything. And the only reason that this is happening right now is because Trump ain't going to let them control shit. And they're trying to get rid of him because they're realizing that the people want this dude and this dude ain't going to let their plan go through. They know that Sleepy Joe is just going to take a nap and let whatever slide. Oh, yeah. You see the person that busted some lady tweeting for Joe? You see that?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah.
you
The
share? I
fucking
think you
White House
shared it.
public
You,
speaker.
yeah, yeah, bro. Like, what? I seen that and I about flew. I said, no way. She's talking like Joe Biden on her own Instagram. This is wild, dude.
Well,
What is happening?
yeah. So
Oh,
they're controlling the speech.
that's
Well,
nuts.
I wonder why. The motherfucker can't speak good.
Well, that's what they
Look how
want.
good Trump speaks.
Yeah, real good. He went and played golf.
Look how he raises his kids.
Oh, dude,
Pays
that's
attention to
wild.
his kids. Fuck politics.
He's a
Fuck all
family
that.
man.
Look how he
Yeah,
does regular shit.
yeah, yeah. They don't want that. They don't want no regular dude running around with hip hop artists doing his thing on golf, going and hanging out with his family. They want some dude that's gonna sit behind a chair and push a pen. Yeah, you're right.
What they don't realize is this. What happens if what is Trump now that he dodged a bullet? Trump is the mediator. He's the guy who makes deals, right?
Mhm.
Okay. If there was no Trump, the fight is still going to happen. The fight is going to be fucking crazier for the other side if he's not here. They better be glad that the bullet missed because once again, he's the mediator. He's the one. I ain't gonna lie. I'll fucking say it. He's the one that guys like me are gonna listen to. And he's like, no, look, we can get a deal out of this.
Mhm.
If he wasn't there to make the deal, there ain't nobody to stop nobody.
Yeah, that's wild to think. And he's got a lot of pull. See, people say he's like he's got a lot of understanding of these other countries' leaders, and they understand him and at least respect him enough to be able to communicate with him respectfully, right?
That's
So why
because
do
he's
they fear that?
proved himself to him, to the other
Yeah,
ones.
but why do they call that like flirting with the enemy? Why do they think that because you
Because
have a
every country has the same enemy.
yeah, but people are like that, bro. People don't understand that. Like people don't you have to have an understanding of folks in order to lead anything in life. Lead your own life.
$100%.
If you don't understand your enemy, how in the fuck do you ever expect to be in the battle?
Exactly. So,
So why hate on Trump?
because there's only
Religious,
one enemy.
spiritual.
There's only one enemy to the whole country. Look,
What?
look, look how many countries hate a certain kind of person.
One. Just us, really.
No, 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 no. No.
You don't think?
Who's the only people on the planet that said, Jesus said we're the best?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that yeah. Well,
That's
you
the
got
entire world's enemy. No one likes them.
yeah.
If we're this last superpower and we start talking to the other countries and learning the missing pieces of the fucking puzzle, you can't if every country knows what's up and they're
Agrees.
strategizing together,
Yeah.
that is a fucking strategy nobody could follow.
Well, you know, they say that Iraq, and I think it's Iraq. I want to say it's Iraq is like the most religious spot in the entire world. And we've been fighting battles over there for how long?
Oh, we're like in Afghanistan?
Yeah, Afghanistan. There you go. Like Afghanistan, that whole area, Iraq, Afghanistan, Baghdad, all that, the Middle East,
Hmm.
right, is the most religious area ever. How come it's so desolate and like pretty much emptied out. That I feel like that proves that that's the religious war. Like the longer you hold that down and prevent it from growing, the longer society struggles, if that makes sense.
Uh, well,
So that
okay.
religion would make sense because they prevent you from having any religion there other than theirs.
Or maybe you might prevent them from having their religion. Think about this. Who has the closest ideology to pedophiles? Afghan people
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Because
the
they
other
don't
ones who
care.
drink fucking blood out of infant dinglings and do weird shit.
Yeah.
Bro, look up the people of Afghanistan. I've talked to enough fucking people who've been over there and had to stay over there for years because they're in the military, and they're like, "Yo,
Nasty.
bro, boys are for pleasure, females are to breed. That's their religion."
Yeah, and they wipe their ass with their bare hand and all like that's wild, bro. Like I see why they prevent like that's why I'm glad we got military. But I just don't understand the disconnect with humanity that like how does that exist? Like how does that even that's the reality
Because
for
it's
me that there's
far
got to be
away
a
from
God.
us.
Yeah, but what changes? What do we got? Like that's what
What do you
man.
mean? What do we got?
Like what do we have in history? What changes for mankind over here that hasn't changed in other places? Because England ain't the
Ideology.
great. Okay. Do
That's where they're trying to fuck words up.
you think politics changes it?
Yeah, politics is fucking. Politics ain't nothing but a fucking prop. Take away electronics and gas stations and money. Take away money. Politics don't exist anymore
Yeah, that's facts. You're right.
at all.
You're right. So then that takes technology away too, and then you're in a third world country
What
essentially.
kind of technology?
Well, without money, I mean, computers will kind of become obsolete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Uh, there won't be much there won't be much advancement without money.
But or will there be more advancement? Think about this, bro.
Okay.
During COVID, after the people who believed in it the entire time legit got dumber. There's fucking studies by multiple different people on both sides, on no side. They say those people, the emotional state and part of their brain was destroyed. Their most important times of their life for 16 to 20-year-olds was taken away from them. They didn't get those times like we got. They didn't get to see or
Mm,
have a bigger imagination or emotion like standpoint, right? Okay. Look at afterwards. People who didn't fucking give a shit about that started looking up more stuff that made them interested. Started looking into history, started gaining more hobbies, more they figured out more shit about their self, about their friend group, while other ones were torn away from all that and in a room by themselves.
hmm. That's wild. That's facts.
Yeah.
I mean, we that right now, my son struggles with that. With the fact that kids just don't you
What does
you're
that
right.
create?
You're
What
right.
does that create, though?
The
A
inability to
communication barrier.
yeah, and take care like you're right because if we
There's
all
some
knew how
semi.
to
Go ahead.
no, if we all knew how to take care of our own shit and generate power and do all these things, we wouldn't need to buy anything. You wouldn't need any money.
We would be
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
advanced.
Bartering and hey, I got this. Can you trade me two of these for two of these and yada yada yada. Yeah,
Being
you're right.
advanced is being independent, right?
Yeah.
Being
Yep.
dependent is less advanced.
Hmm.
Otherwise, why can't we build a fucking pyramid or figure out how it was built?
What if all this shit so what if right now existed way back then, right? But they didn't degenerate the earth like we do. They use biodegradable stuff. They use a lot of things that over 50 years is just be gone. You'll never know it was there. And
I
that's
think
why
they
we don't know
stopped
how
it.
that happened.
I think they stopped it from having happening last time. And then when they stopped it from happening and they thought they were good for a minute, they had the first coup ran on them. So after the war was over, usually when a war's over, you can just chill for a minute. That's what they probably thought again. Then they couldn't. And that's when the old world ended, which is
Mm,
why they call, what do they say? Well, we're headed towards a new world order. We're
yep.
already in the fucking new world order. The buildings are
Yeah.
built like shit. They fall down in 5 years, and
Yeah.
fucking the roof fucks up for rain.
Yeah.
Look at a pyramid. Waterproof,
Yeah.
rainproof, has its own drainage. It's fucking wind resistant. Like a lot of shit that people don't even notice about it. It's unmovable. You can fucking throw
And they
the biggest
protect it.
tornado at it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they protect the shit out of it, bro. Like it's weird that we don't know anything about a lot of these wonders, but we protect the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Come on.
America has the most what? National parks, and you can't go here. Don't walk on this grass. You can't
Yeah.
metal detect.
Yeah. Stay out of
Okay,
here.
that's
Don't
cool.
take a rock. Don't touch the rocks.
Don't touch nothing. Yeah. They know something about energy. They know something about ancestors. And they know something about this land. As much as they want to destroy this fucking place and take it for all it's worth, they found out somewhere along the timeline you can't touch anything from here. If you do, your ass is going to have bad dreams and you're going to trip down the stairs and fucking die. That's
Well,
why
look
when
who
you
runs
take a
those.
fucking object from somewhere like that, bad shit happens to you.
The feds run that. Look at that.
Woo.
The feds run all the national parks.
Yeah.
Like you touch it, the
That's the
feds are
last thing they're
coming to
not
get
allowed to
you.
touch.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh man.
Now, if you couldn't take nothing, could you add something there? What I mean by
Yeah.
that is,
Littering
look at all these
energy.
murders that we can't solve that are in the fucking national parks.
Yeah, I
If you
wonder why.
kill someone and you bury them 2 feet under the ground, you're not allowed to dig it up. If no one got caught, it's illegal. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to touch it, dig it up, fuck with it, nothing. So how
Oh,
do they
because
ever
it's a
know?
park.
You don't. You get away.
Because it's a national park.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
You can't disturb the ground. Shit,
Not
that's
allowed to.
wild. Yeah, so that's why that's a target. That's why people go to those places in.
Yeah. You don't get
Oh,
caught burying it. Well, doesn't matter. No one can dig it
yeah.
up.
Damn, bro. So do you think like a lot of the times that what we see is literally just a figment of our imagination? Like the internet, because the internet shows a lot of shit with this political shit, and I don't know what to believe anymore. I've watched so many live streams about this president's getting impeached right now. This president got shot, and they're talking to the CIA. I don't. Who knows what to believe? Do you think all this shit is just like what would you call it, propaganda to kind of make you think a
No, I
certain
think
type of
pieces
way?
of it are. I think the internet used to be a place for information, which is why the first YouTube video is a guy explaining what an elephant is.
Mm,
Think about that. Really think about that. The first
smartest
YouTube
animal.
video ever is a guy explaining what tusks on elephants are used for. Okay, fast forward to now. It's New York City times fucking 5 million, and everyone is running through this motherfucker. Good guys, bad guys, villains, superheroes, everyone. So it's become a world where you either enter the net or the web and get caught up in it, or you've learned how to navigate through it and go in and out of it whenever you want.
Hmm.
And now there's a battle. Look at the majority of kids. By the time they're fucking 4, they're like, "Give me the fucking iPad!" Right? Okay. The logo on the back of the iPhone is an apple, right? With a bite taken out of it.
Mhm.
Bible thumping people will say, "This is evil." It has this hieroglyph on the back. People who are open minded will say, "That looks like a choice to me." And it also depends on how you look at the first story of the Bible. Okay. So let me see. So if God was like, "Hey, there's a tree with an apple on it. I'm gonna tell I'm gonna tell Eve to convince Adam that it's okay to eat the apple. The apple is good for him to eat. I eat apples all the time. An apple can help with your asthma and do all kind of other shit. It actually has more energy in it than a Red Bull does. So it's all on how you look at it. that story. I think the iPhone is the same. It's all on how you look at it. Because what is it a sin to eat an apple that's forbidden fruit? Or was he testing the gut instinct that he just made for man and woman? No matter if, even if God said, do not eat that apple. And Adam's like, holy shit, the God that just created me said, don't eat that. And then he turns around and sees a big fucking pair of titties on a naked woman. And she's like, you can eat the apple. It's okay. You can trust me. And he's like, oh, okay. And eats the apple. Women mature faster than men. If that's the correct story, the one I just said, that's why women mature faster than men.
Mm.
They're the guiders, and the women and the men are the warriors.
Yeah.
What are they trying to do now? Mix the two together with transgenderism.
Hmm.
What I don't give a fuck. What did Hitler, what on the books that Hitler burned? What were they about?
Yes, son.
Transgenderism.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
you
you're
watch
right.
footage of World War One, when they
Yep.
were headed back to America, what were the men doing? Wearing dresses and dancing. Transgenderism.
That's
Jap-
wild.
Japanese.
That's true.
When you look at the Japanese army, it's half men and half women. What does it look like to you? Pretty much all men.
Hmm.
Which is why Mulan got to sneak into the fucking army because she looked like a dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's wild, bro. And if you look at and you trace history based off of what you're looking at for what it is, you can't really deny that that can't be a plausible theory. Like you can't say that they're trying to alter history. There's been a lot of people that have tried to stop it and they've been labeled as bad people. I mean, it is what it is
Before I forget, why did everybody start hating Donald Trump in the very beginning?
because he was about talking about God as a president. He was cool
Because
with it.
he said, you know what we're getting rid of right motherfucking now? The Trans-Pacific Partnership. How is sex trafficking happening?
Through that.
The Pacific, the
Yeah.
ocean,
Yeah.
boats.
Yeah.
That involves the Trans-Pacific Partnership, the import and
You
export of trafficking.
That's how right, that's how we get our goods from other countries, but you think and then that's crazy to think about 9/11. That's the World Trade Center, and it's like a lot of crazy things happen on dates about trade. Like Trump tried to stop a wall. Why did he put a wall up? Why would he want a wall and to stop trade? Why would somebody knock out our trade centers, right? And as a planned option, right? There's a lot of things that
You know who you ask about
uh,
that?
nobody.
China.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah,
first person to have the biggest wall on the fucking planet.
yeah, yeah. There was a
But you know
lot
what's
of
odd about the Great Wall of China?
what?
It's designed to be the opposing side. It's
Yeah, it
not.
was a
It's not.
war.
It's made to contain people. That's why the shooting holes are on the wrong side. They're not aiming out. They're aiming in.
And yeah, and Berlin. I think Berlin's the same way, the Berlin Wall. Pretty sure that was a war. That was there for war too, for
And
battle.
people were happy when they tore it down, weren't they?
Mhm.
Because they weren't contained anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. So what if but that's what I worry about, bro. What if Trump wants to build this wall and then it's like a containment zone? Like now we're stuck in this behind this wall.
I would say it would be the opposite on this situation. And the reason I say that is because we live in a world where we can see what's going on. He
Mm,
wants to build a really long wall across the entire West Coast, not just in one spot. If you
all the
look at
way.
where the immigrants are really coming in, they're
Yeah.
coming in up top of that chain of islands up by uh, uh,
New York.
Washington State.
Okay. Oh, on
They're
that
coming
side.
from the
Yeah.
chain of islands from where Russia, Japan, and North Korea and all that shit is. The chain of
Yep.
islands that leads right down into it. Now you can look and see what that town looks like. They ain't got no police. There's disease everywhere. There's crazy motherfuckers tweaking in the street.
Wild.
Wild. And now that
Yeah.
has leaked down into California. Next
Yep.
after that is Mexico. The reason he is making the border first there is because we have the money to do it. I know he said, well, we're going to get them to pay for it. That's just he was just saying that to
He's
tell people
trolling.
to
He was
shut the fuck
trolling.
up.
Yeah, he's trolling.
He's what he's saying is he respects the Spanish people. It's not their fault that they're bordered to us and they're having all these people come through their fucking place. That's why you see a lot of Mexican folks being like, or
Yeah.
Spanish being like, who are these fucking people coming through our country and stealing our kids? Where are they
Yeah, you
going?
mean
Oh,
coming out of the
Me-
United States and going down into
no,
Mexico. Yeah,
well, coming
coming
through
from us.
Mexico into America.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. But so they want to
Because you got
wall
to think
that. He
about it.
wants to wall that. Yeah.
Uh, Do we see a lot of Spanish people coming through here? Well, no,
Uh-uh.
because they've been able to come here forever, right? Why are we seeing these really tall, really dark people? And then why are we seeing Ukrainian people come through their fucking town? That's why on TikTok you're seeing these videos of these normal American kids that live in like the hood parts of Atlanta, and they're
Mhm.
riding around. And they're like, "Who the fuck are these tall ass black dudes that don't speak English?" They're being dropped off there. They're being told where to go.
Mm.
They're setting these people up in their own neighborhoods to blend in. They're
Well, they
sending
do
these
that.
black folks to black neighborhoods. They're sending the Ukrainian people to white neighborhoods. Why? Because they look like me and these other white people. Why over there? Because they look like those black folks. They're setting people. They're doing what we do to other countries.
Yeah,
We get
they're
guys to grow beards
exactly.
and get tan and learn another fucking language, and they're like, yeah, they're definitely from here.
Well, they in Colorado, there was that lady that said there was a bunch of postal workers that they were just all standing around in postal clothes, but they weren't from America whatsoever, and they didn't speak English, and they were going after kids, bro. And they have video of it and surveillance of all of it, and it's crazy because that doesn't hit the news. They don't talk about that. You'll hear a couple news stations, local, run it, but it never makes no type of national news.
Your state that you live in, if you ask me, has the best influencer for law enforcement,
Hmm.
Sheriff Grady Judd.
Oh
Why?
yeah.
Because he ain't fucking scared. He he got on. He made a big speech maybe about 6 months ago, and he said, "You know what's funny?" He said, why am I arresting people from the Air Force and other cops and people teaching golfing lessons, people teaching ice cream lessons, X, Y, all these weird fucking words." He's like, but they're fucking criminals. They're doing the
Uh-huh.
worst crimes possible. That's what they're posing as. What? Where? On here, on the internet. What? And you know who called this shit? It's gonna be fun. This is such a crazy answer. Brad fucking Paisley. I work
Really?
down at the pizza pit. I drive an old Hyundai. Yada 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 yada. I'm
Oh,
a
yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah, yeah.
superstar. I'm 6 feet
Yeah, yeah,
tall.
yeah, that song, yeah, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
He,
remember that.
shit's different online. You could be
Yeah,
anybody on here. If most of the country's fucking gullible, they're gonna believe you. If they believe you are these people of interest that run our country, you give them whatever fucking information you want.
yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. And you seen that hacker that hacked the FBI and had the FBI believing that dude, you're right, because you don't he was like 17 years old. He hacked into the FBI and made the FBI think that everything was handled and he was in the clear. And they believed him, bro. And he just kept riding out, hacking people's accounts, taking all their money. And I'm thinking, yo, that you're right. A little 18-year-old kid outsmarted the FBI. A 20-year-old kid took shots on our president. Something ain't right, bro. Something is not right, dude.
Look at the kind of hats people wore in the Civil War backwards. Now, during the Civil War, what did Abraham Lincoln wear on his head?
Top hat?
What? Yeah, the Union and most of the Union people, if you were a gent, you wore a top hat. That
Mm,
was not a thing that was here. They didn't wear those.
wasn't normal. Right.
No.
Wasn't a thing. Yeah.
If the world is being if the world is being mentally tricked with theatrics, then don't you think it's pretty weird that Abraham Lincoln got shot in a theater?
Hmm. I do. I've thought about that. I've thought about that. And I've also thought like what did we do before our first president? Like in between that, what happened to all there's a lot missing for me. History doesn't really they skip a whole bunch of time and Like, I
I
don't
do.
know how much to really understand because you're just telling me that these were our presidents and this is how America was founded, but we're skipping over. We got Christopher Columbus straight to fucking George Washington. Like, there's got to be some stuff that happened in order. We didn't just walk on here and claim this land and here we are.
No,
There's more
not
to
at
that.
all, bro. You can look
No.
at maps and fucking and see that, bro. How do you share a screen? I'll show you some maps that'll fucking shut that shit down in 10 seconds.
Are you on your computer?
Yeah.
Pull it up, whatever page it is, and see that little thing that says present on the bottom of the StreamYard thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just click present and I can share it for you.
All right. Hold on 1 second.
Because I think we were all one continent at one time, broke apart, and
Oh
then people were
man.
dispersed and people were going back and forth trying because it couldn't have been that big of a gap. I mean, it probably opened up over time, but if
200
we
years.
yeah, that's a
A
long time for
bicentennial. What is a? And that's why I can't believe the Bible. They say this is the first book of. Well, no, there's 30,000 of those books. Second off, if it's the first book, why is it not called a Unibble instead
nah,
of a
we
Bible?
don't we don't know too much shit. There's too much shit missing in history for us to just have this book and not we didn't alter nothing. It's
Huh.
transferred all through this whole time and nothing's changed. No, I don't believe that.
All right. So how
I'm
do you do
sorry.
it?
Go to back to StreamYard, hit present, click the little present thing down there.
Hmm.
You see it, and then it'll pull up a screen, and then you click what window it is,
All right. Bet.
and then
Boom.
I can. There you go. Yeah,
All right.
yep. There you
So
are.
look at these. Let's go. I've already looked at all these. They're so fucking interesting, bro. All right. Let's see. 1890. 1890. 1890. I'm gonna go to, there's one from like 16 something. Hang on.
Holy shit! They all look. Some of them look way different than the others. Like they,
Oh yeah.
they what?
Well, that's a very important year in history. 1775. That was the year they changed all the months, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, July. Yeah, that's wild, dude. How can you change months?
Right.
Altering time.
1625. Look at this. This map is 22,000 fucking dollars. Can you believe that?
You could buy that.
You can buy it, but it's $22,000.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing it has more shit on it that you can't see right here, but look at this.
What the fuck?
Virginia spelled with a U. Eugenia. Virginia.
Eugenia.
Look, this is not documented yet.
What are all those things? Are those names or are those little towns? The little
Man, their
names?
names. Look, Rio de Nevada, Mexico. Look how fucking built up Nevada is.
Whoa.
So if you indicated this on a map, this meant the fucking city was ginormous.
Bro, this proves that theory. Dog, we're just a bunch. This shit was all here then.
Oh,
There was shit here.
100%. Look how old Florida is.
Florida. What are all those names, bro?
Yeah.
What zoom into one of them. Zoom into one of them. I just want to see if you can read them. Oh
Bilusa.
yeah. Yeah. But bid Barris? The fuck?
Hmm. These
Florida,
are
Florida.
people.
Wow, bro. What is the Florida care rules? What does it say across the state? And look at the shape of it. See down here, it says
Across the
Florida.
state.
Yeah, like down Florida. It says
Oh,
Florida,
oh, oh,
not
oh.
yeah. It's a
Canali.
name. Yeah, Florida Sea Canale. That's a name, bro.
Hmm. So check it.
Well,
Look at all these fucking islands you ain't got no more.
yeah, no, not at all.
You
I mean,
got
there's
some
some
of
of
them,
them
but you
not
ain't
that
got all
big.
of them.
Not that big.
Mm-mm.
Little specks.
So there's the look. By the way, Septin trionals is a
Yeah.
is this word, the S word, goes really fucking far for some fucking reason. So check this out. See if I can find it.
I didn't
1730.
even know that shit existed. That's wild.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa.
Carolyn.
Carolyn, yeah.
So this was still Florida, but it's
See,
been Florida
Florida.
so long that they stopped making the word big because everyone knew. But look at this. Florida. Now all of this is Florida. Now all of California, Nevada, now that's all Florida. So at some point, Florida took this over, it looks like. Now this whole place is Florida. Florida's everywhere.
Holy
That's why
shit!
Florida was so important.
And what year was this?
This
Oh, and
was,
Mexico goes. Mexico is California. Holy shit!
but look at the other California. It's
That's
even named
Cal.
California. It's an island.
That's a river that was cut through America. That's not
Yep.
there anymore. Oh, that's like Lake Mead and shit. That would have ran through like where Lake Mead and like Arizona. That Arizona's underwater then. That's why dude, that's why Death Valley is so dry, I bet. Cause it was once the bottom of a river.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I've never seen nothing like this.
Ain't that
I
wild,
be,
bro?
I believe that too, because we were talking about it before that we think it broke off. Like, I bet you if you put all this coastline of Florida and where South Carolina and North Carolina is and butt it up to the next piece of land to the direct side of it, it probably matched at one time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You could you could buy this thing. What is the stamp on the top right? The family crest up there. See that? What's that?
Looks like a dog and a bull.
That's wild. That means that was like a this is like a property map, I feel like.
Hmm. Wow. So, all right. Now check this. Oh my gosh. Wow. 1606.
What?
Yeah. So here's America. It seems to be fused with Canada.
And like Antarctica, Greenland or
But
whatever.
look, still Florida. Even this far back, look,
Yeah.
Florida.
Virginia's way down here. That's wild.
Hmm.
So wait a minute. When did we supposedly settle in Florida? In like when did Christopher Columbus supposedly land? I got to look that up because
Well, look at these Florida people. Look at these native Florida men. They're rowing away. So they already knew about this motherfucking place, dog. And look what color they are.
yeah, it's wild. Yeah. What's going on? What
Look,
is America?
well, that's Africa. That's Southern America now, right? Or yeah,
South America,
South
yeah.
America.
But yeah,
America.
Brazil. Brazil's still Brazil. It looks like.
Yeah,
Uh,
past this river.
I think that's the Nile River, right? Or the Amazon
Uh,
River.
the now. Well, see, now they tell us the Nile's. Well, where's it at?
Why don't they? That's
Over
what I was
here.
just gonna ask you. Where are all the other continents at? What do they do? They just this is it.
Well,
This is all
this
we
is
got.
so them assessing area. They had to be real specific because they would get like sidetracked and make stuff too big or too small, so they did it in smaller areas. But look at this.
What is
What is this
that?
supposed to be? Antarctica.
Where's Panama? The
Panama Canal
straight.
or
Yeah, isn't it? It's still there. It's right here. Then where the green meets the yellow, down to the left.
right here?
Right here is where because the hurricanes come through. We got a hurricane
Oh yeah,
coming
yeah,
through,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
and it comes in between Cuba and right in here. Yeah, right.
Right
Yeah,
in this area?
right. We'll see where the yellow Cuba is right under
Oh yeah,
Florida.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the little gap in between, right there, Mexico and Cuba, the little waterway to the left, right there. Yep, there, right there. That little gap of water in between Cuba and that little island that shoots out next to C. Cerneda or whatever that is.
Mm.
C. Antonio. So that's all the same, bro. What was that called? Mexico. What was that called?
Uh, Sinus Mexianus.
That's the Gulf. But what
I don't know what this would be called then. Usually it's the biggest word nearest to it on these
Florida?
old
It looks
maps.
like it's Florida. Florida. Yeah,
Oh,
it's Florida, bro.
see,
That's Cuba. That's Cuba, but we're Mexico right there. That's fucking Florida too. No
what?
way. Yeah, because it's all green like Florida.
Uh, Hispania.
Hispania. Hispania.
Hispania. Hispania.
Wow.
And this is called Nova.
Well, I've heard like Spanish people say Hispaniola. Like I've heard that before. I don't know what that means, but I've heard that.
Let's see.
So this proves our history is just kind of like,
Bullshit.
yeah, it's like, what are all those states? What is that one?
What, this?
Yeah, all those states. What is that?
Carton. Septon. America, and then that Septon word.
Why is it in a different language?
Look, Americu, Russia. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, Tennessee's established. Kentucky's established. Georgia, Florida.
I wonder why they got the little pink squares. I wonder if that's just it's
Usually
just a
it'll tell you on the
mascot.
outside of the map. Let's see. No, there's no instructions. Usually there is. Uh, okay, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey. Hmm.
I wonder why
56.
the water's got a different name, but the states are all the same.
Ooh, look at this. It it tots Eunice. Wonder what that translates to.
How
Hmm.
do you spell it? How do you spell it?
All right. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
ETA
ETA
TS
TS.
mid dash like a
It
dash.
means United States of America.
Huh.
It says United States. That's what it means. Capital Washington D.C. Estes. Oh, that's what's on our money.
Really?
That's what's on money. Yeah. ETATS dash UNIS. I don't know how you even say
So
that.
that was in 17 or that was in 1827.
I'm trying to see what language that is. That is French. That's French.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Is it the
But the
French who
French are the
fought
ones that
us?
got fucked out of World War One. So that's
Yeah.
that's shitty.
Yeah.
We already looked at that one. Ooh, this one's interesting. So let's look at the crest. Appears to have
See,
some
yeah, they're waiting at the
white
water. Look,
Indians.
kid, look at the kid with the spears sitting at the water, and then look at these dudes sitting up here. What's going on? That's what I'm saying. All the Florida flags and stuff have weird shit on it like that. That that's weird to me. All the crest. Look, there's a kid laying on the ground. What's he doing
Mm-hmm.
on the ground? What's he got like a red rope around him?
He's got a bow and arrow, something to collect water and gold coins,
Laying
and
on the
then
ground.
something rolled up, and
How
then
weird.
you got these guys who are dressed like Indians, and these other people who are dressed like the French.
Eskimos? Like they're going in a snowstorm.
And then look at this.
Hold on.
So did they have a king and queen then, or what's up with that? Uh, Vorth. Okay, so North America,
Bro,
North
look
America.
at the bird pecking on the star and shit.
Mm-hmm. See what this is.
Look, another guy watching over the water with the fucking rope in his hand. Look at the rope. The fuck is the rope? The red
Where?
rope.
Here?
No, the guy up on the rock, like looking over them all the
God,
way up in the corner in the yellow suit, like the big lady looking thing right in the front. She's got the red rope around her hand, like
oh,
right in the
oh,
corner of
oh,
the,
oh.
yeah. And that's the same rope that is around the little kid in the picture above you.
It's
The
a
dude
bait
that's laying.
hook. It's a
Oh,
big
okay,
one
I see
too.
it.
Fuck.
Yeah. Holy, they're catching sharks.
Look how they built. But these are not the Indian folks. These are the other
French.
people.
Is it French again? It's still the same. Is it a
Yeah, it
French
looks like
guy?
the French folks. So let's go look at the oh, let's go look at the map. Oops. Oh wow. Unknown. Parts unknown. Wow. Wow.
So they don't even know what the fuck's up there. But that's like Canada, right?
Oh my god, parts unknown. Even here.
When was
But
this?
that can't be because the 1906 map knew what this was. This one is from 1735.
They didn't know where Montana and Oregon were.
That's what's that's weird. Look how
Northern
big
California.
Louisiana is.
Holy shit! It's Florida.
Yeah, so there is a fight going on somewhere, somehow, of
Look, it's the Gulf of Mexico now too, and there's no Florida at all. It it
what
says
the
Gulf of Mexico. What the fuck?
well, that doesn't make
Where?
any damn sense.
Uh-uh. And Florida
Indian
is
feel.
gone. What year is this? 17 what?
This is 1735.
1735. Let's see. It
Hmm.
was a common year starting bro, that Gregorian calendar keeps that stuff keeps popping up for me about the number system.
Really?
Yeah. The Julian calendar, the 17 and 35th year of the common era. Uh the 6th year of the 1730s decade, blah 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 blah. Blah. It just basically says it was the end of the common era.
Hmm. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me look when Nashville was founded.
You want to do it or you want me to just look it up?
I'm looking on my phone. When was Nashville established? 1779. Okay. Nashville was founded by James Robertson, a party of Wattagans in 1970 called Fort Nashboro after the American Revolutionary War.
Bro, Louisiana wasn't even founded until 1812.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's like 50 years after this, right?
Look, Cincinnati's not even called Cincinnati yet. It's Cincinnati. Damn.
The Cumberland, does that say Cumberland up
Yeah.
by the pink? Oh, Cleveland. It says Cleveland up there. I see it now.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, oh,
Cumberland. Yeah, but Cumberland too. So it was a lot was the same. Nashville, yeah.
oh. Uh-huh.
But Florida wasn't established until 18 something either.
Well, let's go before 1779, 1772.
I feel like they told me some of this shit in school, but I know they didn't show me a lot of this because I've never seen a map say parts unknown.
Oh my God.
Florida. What year is this? 1772?
Yeah.
Louisiana ain't even a state yet or an establishment.
Really?
Yeah, 1812 was when it was founded.
Bro, look where New
Arkansas,
Orleans is.
yeah, that's where it is. Right on
Ah,
the tip of, yeah. But look how big that is and look at what year that is.
Louisiana.
Florida and Florida, I think Florida is the same thing. Florida wasn't found. That's what's weird to me is that one had like Florida huge, but it says Florida was founded in 1845.
These are
I don't
named
know.
after women. Caroline, Georgie,
Yeah,
Maryland.
Maryland.
Hmm. Luis.
Wow, women.
I don't know.
Well, you know what you said. Women. What'd you say earlier? You said women are the what? They're the guiders, and the
They're
men
the
are the warriors.
guiders, and they tell us who. Because
So what if
think
it
about
was
when a dude
women
breaks in your
settling?
house, huh?
What if it was all women settling? What if the warriors come over here and battle this shit out and the women kind of settle where they wanted to go? And like Georgie was the first settler of a warrior in that town that after
Mm.
the warrior husband took over. Because this shit all had to be a war over here. Because looking at the map, they acted like other countries didn't even exist.
Ooh, what is this? Oh, I know.
Like, look, I don't even see another country in there. There's no nothing. What is that red shit? Look at it. It's like an enemy. That's the north. That's
Where?
the enemy. See how it's red on the map?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the enemy. This map must be from like north versus south, the Confederate, because that's like is that the Mason Dixon right there down? Yeah,
The
where's
Mason
that?
Dixon is by Pennsylvania, Maryland.
Yeah, but see the line though? See how it cuts around Florida up into Tennessee, through Tennessee, around Carolina and up then Virginia into New York. It's like that was like considered something. What? I don't know. But it's like the north versus the south almost right there. And look, there's a green line over here. And
Damn,
then
good
Florida's
question.
got
I wish we knew.
there's no index
And,
for this shit.
mm-mm.
And in school they say there's always map indexes on all your maps. You're liars, bro.
Look, the Cherokees spelled different, and that would be Tennessee. It'd be like Memphis, 'cause there's Jamestown.
Oh yeah.
It'd be between Memphis and Nashville.
Yeah, because Ohio is way up here, like right underneath
Mm.
the.
Mm.
Do you think it'll ever change again, bro? Do you think like in 100 years from now they'll be looking at a map of 2024 and going, "Oh my gosh, look at this! Look at how far this has moved!"
Dude.
Like the
Oh,
lines.
100%. North Dakota scalp dance of Minotauras near Fort Clark.
Yeah, they just got done taking somebody's head off.
Wow.
Indians, all Indians. Look at that. Native Americans, whatever I
Wow.
gotta call them. I don't know what you call them.
Wow. They just took somebody's head off in 1922?
You know, when you're broke, you know what they call you?
What?
Indigent, right? Have you ever heard of that?
Uh-uh.
It's really close to what do they say? What do they? What can you also call an Indian person? In
Indigenous?
yes, and that's close. That's not super close, but we talk about language a lot and how you know words are changed in order to alter to mean certain things depending on certain points in time.
Mhm.
Well, what if that just meant poor person? What if it's always meant that? What if we just tried to make a friendly term with them so it wasn't like what if America was founded on hatred?
Mm. You know what's weird? All these fucking names and shit are changing,
Mhm.
except for in two spots. Look
Where?
how far the Cherokees are going out.
Yeah.
Then you have these other tribes, the Tennessee tribe, and all these things up here. They're protecting North Carolina, even Florida is protecting. Florida and all these people around us are protecting this area. This area barely changes.
You think these are Indian tribes? That makes a lot of sense, bro. What you just said. Those are all Indian tribes marked out in certain areas and that's certain territories, but they're just colonizing. They're moving. They're moving around.
Hmm.
But I
And it
wonder
looks like Appalachia used to go way farther. It stopped. It now
the
we have this big
theater
mountain range here.
the theater of war is the name of this map?
Yes.
What? They don't even got
Look,
Texas or
Evans
nothing on here.
polymetric table of America corrected and improved. showing the distance between principal towns, towns of principal, and the British colonies.
What?
Wow.
When was this? What year was this one?
1776.
What?
Yeah.
That's like the war. That's like a war of our only North and the South still. 1776. I'm typing in 1776.
Revolutionary.
Yeah. But that's it. That's
The
where the revolution.
re-evolution of these people. That's why the evolution. These.
It had nothing to do with anywhere else though. It was just this area, Virginia, North Carolina. That because I know that's where it was battled out. But I'm saying like, what?
Why have we? Why has the South always been a problem?
That
I'm just
side of the
asking.
it's that side. It's that
What?
whole
Why
side
do they
from
keep
Florida
attacking
to New
us?
York. I don't know.
That means we got
Well,
something, dude. We
well, it
got
goes
something
back,
everybody wants.
or we're a dumping ground. Like I was saying, it
Did you
goes
see
back
the
to that
fucking cave
Titanic.
they just found in Nashville?
That's wild. That thing's crazy too.
It's huge.
Yeah, I've been in the one at not Dane's Cave. Fuck. What is the big one with all the bats in it? Right there at that beautiful park. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
at the Parthenon?
No, no, it starts with a D, I want to say. The caves, the famous caves that
Oh,
have been there.
Dunbar.
Yeah, the Dunbar caves. Those Dunbar caves. I think that branch, that's like when they started really invest. I didn't know Tennessee even had caves at all.
Really?
You ever been to Ruby Falls?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. I wonder how much is underground like that.
Dog. I don't know, but whoever fucking made that cave happen, because they obviously made it happen.
We got to go back to that one you found on the side of the road, bro. I'll
Bro,
go in it.
you want to go?
I'll go in it, dog. The one,
Let's
you know
go.
which one I'm talking about?
What in the heck? Second fall. Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll go in that mug.
Uphari. What does that mean? Uphari? Uphari, because that's where Tennessee is.
I still want to know those lines, territory lines. It must be.
Uphari. Nagasee? Tennessee? What is that? What? Damn. So you mean tell
But
me they all
it
had
ain't established. It ain't established, right? It don't even show
right?
Tennessee, right? Yeah.
But it says all these names that end with C in them. I'm gonna type that in real quick. What's how you spell it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Fuck. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Up, Uphari,
Yeah.
Uphari. Google doesn't know that word at all.
Is it eight up Hanee?
Let's try that. Showing results for iPhone.
No way. What
It
the
doesn't know
fuck?
it. It has no idea what it is. Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, mine popped up Verizon phone and Apple. That's so funny, bro. Whoa, that's creepy.
What?
Because we were just talking about the Apple thing and how it all leads back to one common understanding of like
Ooh.
what if it is temptation, bro? What if America is all temptation? What if a lot of this shit that we believe is real is all like fabricated and bended, kind of like social media, the Apple.
Mm.
It's just accessible now to the entire world rather than just it only used to exist in big cities, right? Like you
Hmm.
could get a lot of this nonsense if you worked in a city, but if you lived in the country, you would never know any of the shit that's going on the internet
No.
without a cell phone. Now the dude in the backwoods in Tennessee, if he's got an internet service, he can see everything. He knows Nicki Minaj was shaking her ass at the convention. It creates temptation.
What in the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Bro,
Like an
what in the
island.
fuck?
It's like an island.
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook?
Uh,
Sandy Hook? What?
wow.
What is that? Where is that?
Uh,
That's California over here, it looks like.
it's a part
Bus.
of America. It says septentrional.
When was
Hmm.
this?
1745, believe it or not. Boston Harbor.
You think these are just like broken ass maps from people that thought they knew what they were doing or something? This is wild.
I mean, bro, they're pretty. They got it pretty accurate for.
Did you say Boston Harbor?
Yeah, that's what this one is.
Maybe these are maps of like inlets of like up by Rhode Island because Massachusetts. Maybe that's all
It
like,
says Boston, Boston Harbor,
yeah, that's what it is.
New York.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're all the ports. Ports.
Hmm.
That's what they are. What's the
Hmm.
one on the right there?
This one?
Is that Alcatraz, bro? Is that orange building Alcatraz? Is that a prison
Oh,
maybe on the
Jamaica.
island?
It's in Jamaica. Lynch's Island.
How do you spell that?
What?
Lynch's Island?
Lynches.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. I got
F
that.
Land.
Eastern part of Marshall Bay. Let's see. South Antarctica.
See, that's the thing. This says it's Jamaica. It's in Jamaica. A
It,
plan
this,
of the harbor of Port Antonio in Jamaica.
oh, let me make sure I'm spelling it right. Lynches
Hmm.
Ifland.
Yes.
Lime Lynch's Lynchland. No, that's not it. Nothing. Federal Communication Commission is what pops up.
Who the fuck
But it's
built this 100-foot building
I don't know.
with
It don't
buildings on
even
top of
have
it? And it's on a mountain. What would this place be now today?
I don't know, but it's weird as fuck to me that the things that you want to research, there's nothing that exists.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
this
let me
ain't in a foreign
guess.
language or nothing, is it? No.
No,
Yeah.
it's in old. It's like older English.
Did was Jamaica a part of that doesn't make sense. Let me look that up. Jamaica a part of America?
The Bermuda or Summer Island.
I'm gonna
Oh,
see what the chat's saying over here and see what if anybody's seeing. Let's see,
okay.
because maybe they know. Because that's weird to me, dog. What is that? Cuba?
It
Cu-
looks like it. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so these are like islands and ports, it looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says we have a close relationship with Jamaica since 1962, which is crazy because this is long before then.
This is fucking 200 years. There's your 200 years, bro.
Uh, Becky B says Tennessee was once two states, Franklin and Tennessee. Like it was split in half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she ain't lying, bro. There a lot of battling went down there too.
Was Franklin a president? Was that like a, or is it a, it's probably a leader. Probably a freaking, I never knew Tennessee was two states.
Tennessee used to be North Carolina. You can still find North Carolina churches at the top of Clarksville or near Clarksville.
But shit like this is interesting to me because I didn't like I would have never known that there was two states at one time, Tennessee and Franklin. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool shit. Understanding that there's different maps. Like even if these are a bunch of different theories of a bunch of different other people way back then, it's cool to look at this shit. Cuz
Oh
one
yeah.
day this won't be around, bro.
Look at this, bro. 1592.
No way.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
No way.
It's still
Color
called
that.
America, spelled A-E. You know who used A and E a lot? Egyptians. It would be a A with a E attached to it. What are we then? Oh, look, dude, look, they got fucking buildings. They got huge ass buildings
Oh
in
yeah, like castles.
1592.
Yeah, like castles, dude. Look how and they want you to know. They're like
Tennessee's got a
forts.
castle. Fucking Kentucky
Yep.
has a castle.
Yeah.
North Carolina's got a castle. Florida's got a castle.
Yeah.
And Louisiana's got a castle.
Yeah.
Nowhere else
In,
does.
in Alabama, maybe is that one in Alabama?
Oh my God,
No.
there's no Appalachian Mountains. What the fuck?
No, there's water.
Wow.
And look at
Look,
what Canada's called. What does that say?
Chilaga,
Chilaga.
Septentrial.
Centennial. What a
Canada
name.
was a little bitty.
This has got to be a different country's map of what they think it is. Like Nova
It,
Scotia is it or something? Not Nova. What does that say?
let's
Scan
look and see. Well, it looks like it's French,
French. Yeah, but
but the logos don't look French.
is France even on this map?
Yes, it's in America. Francia.
Canada. Look at Canada over here. Canada's
Yeah,
just
just
little,
chilling.
just hanging out. That's wild. There ain't no Great Lakes at this time. This shit's all wild to me. This looks like we're looking at a bad drawing of America. What the fuck's going on?
Ain't that wild, dog?
Yeah,
Look,
this is why.
there's our logo for our movies.
Yeah, right in the beginning, Lionsgate. There you go.
Mm,
The whole thing, all the way across. That's exactly what it is. MGM will have a big old MGM logo in the front, in between those.
mm. What the hell is this? Mm,
Another territory. I guess that's where they think the South Pole is. Maybe I don't know. I don't even see poor Australia. I've never even. I ain't. Nobody's gave Australia any credit anywhere, unless
mm.
that's supposed to be it down there.
Ah, this stretches all the way across. Look, it's Antarctica. But if you mapped it, it means you already fucking been there.
That's the equator, obviously, right? The red
Right.
line. Yeah.
Look how it gets more green when you get near
Yeah.
it. And the
Yeah.
further you get away, it's fucking white and blue.
But then look how green it is right there.
On the edge,
South
yeah.
America. Yeah, and then
It looks like there was
the
more
whole
water
continent
too.
right there. Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. How could it shift that much? Like I guess over time, slowly, 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 but I think nobody knew where the fuck they were at. Maybe it was
damn.
one piece. I don't know. Look at that. Mountains everywhere before it showed water.
Florida.
Oh,
Bro, Florida been riding for a grip, dog.
shit, we're just down there hanging out.
Look, what do you know?
Yeah.
Indians
Yeah. At
and
least
white
this one
people.
don't got little kids and shit walking around with them, trying to it
Wow.
right by the water, all guarding the water. Imagine that. Every picture, they're all guarding the water. Why the water? Why not a mountain? Why not anything else?
In color, the Virginia habitat. Indians who wore red and white and yellow. Oh, wait a minute. Dude, I've seen this illustration before. These clothes, these colors. And I can
Mm.
show you. Let me see. How do I find it? How do I exit out of this thing?
That screen, I can get you out of there.
Okay,
I'll
stop
get you out.
screen.
Now you can do what you need to do, and then I
Now
can
look
put you
at
back
this,
if you need.
bro. When you type in Google, oh, dude, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Watch this.
France helped us fight the British. Okay. East Coast opens up to the sea.
I found this painting from a long ass time ago. Let's see if I can find it. Talking to. You can't even be straight up descriptive. You have to put British in there with it for it to pop up.
In the search.
Yeah. And I'm going to show you where it's at. Na, 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 na. Oh my God, where the fuck is it? Oh, hold on. I put Indians. Hold on.
You know, I think Indians and Egyptians are the ones that built that pyramid in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. I think so too.
I think they did that together. I think Egyptians were all. I think Egyptians are like the modern human that was wiped away from civilization.
All right. So check this. How do you share screen?
Go to that present on the bottom of the StreamYard
Yeah.
thing.
Share screen. Uh, uh, share. Look, there's your yellow clothes. There's
Oh
your red
shit,
and
you're
white
right.
feathers. And look, this is the first look at a depiction of the first contact of the boats coming over.
Yeah, you're right. Native Americans. They're all wearing that same getup.
Why don't they ever show us they wear yellow?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. The only other
Yellow is
yellow
like a
thing is,
color of peace and happiness and like welcoming. Yellow is a good
oh,
color. Yellow. Yeah.
damn. Look at this. Angry. Look at it. Look, they're angry. Look, he's
And they're
worried.
tall. And they're tall.
Hmm.
All of them.
Two of the Indians are white.
Oh yeah, I see that the
One's
one in the
really,
light
really
brown.
dark.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Look at this lady over here in the headdress, bro. All the way to the left. That's like an Indian Karen.
Bro, why the Romans? Look at this.
They have the same head. Yeah, yeah.
Same
That's what.
everything.
Yeah. Go to the Romans.
Roman or we ancient Roman pictures.
Cleopatra wore yellow.
Yep.
Cleopatra wore yellow. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Get to put paintings.
Beige is kind of yellow.
Yellow, yellow, yellow and green. Ooh, ancient Roman warrior.
Do you think there was any connection in the fact that Caesar was born on the 12th or the 13th of July and they try to take Trump out on the same day?
I think, honestly, I don't know what I think about that.
That's
I think
weird, ain't
it's
it?
insanely fucking
It's either
ironic.
yeah, it's either a coincidence or it's something's up. Cause bro, ain't didn't Alexander the Great was around and he was gone. Who do we say created the Roman Empire? We were just talking about him a minute ago.
Augustus,
Yeah, that
it
I think
might
that's
be
the
him.
oh, we just looked them up. So all these Romans have all these connections to but we don't have much information on that. And they say the Roman Empire fell, right?
Hmm.
No big deal. Don't worry about it. It's fell. It's over. Don't talk
It
about it no
moved,
more.
I think.
Yeah. What if it did move? Exactly. What if that
Well,
thing
they
moved?
technically did because they split into Western Rome and Eastern Rome, but we know more about Eastern Rome than we do Western Rome. I think Western Rome is where we're at.
You think?
I think
Like
so.
you think so you think at one time how it showed all of it pushed together? Yeah, because that makes sense. If we're a melting pot, you don't see much Romans over here now, right? What if we are essentially the Romans of this area?
What did the old man used to say? It looks like a zebra, walks like a zebra, and talks like a zebra. It's a zebra.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And they say you can't build Rome in one day, right?
Bro, it ain't a
So,
coincidence that all the white people in the South look damn near Roman.
well, look at that picture right there of them sitting on the ground on the top left. That looks like that paint. Keep going a little more up, a little more right there on the top left. What's that look like? They're sitting in Nashville, Tennessee, right there. Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah. That looks like
Oh, he's telling him. Wait, what is he doing?
kissing him.
See, that's the fuck. Oh, it's AI generated artwork. Jesus Christ.
Uh, well, that's a part of the problem right there, bro.
It
Because
is.
people are gonna see this later on and think that's back in the day. Romans were even kissing. Look, no,
Oh, but hey,
motherfucker.
they say that about everybody. They said Napoleon was bisexual. They said Hitler was bisexual. They said Julius Caesar was bisexual. Why in the fuck they make all these characters bisexual?
Well, you can't, but see, this is the thing. You can't, that's always going to exist. But I think the glorification of it is the problem,
Right.
bro. Like, you don't see men that have wives at home constantly running around glorifying the fact that they're going to get to go home and sleep with their wife. I mean, some people do, and society labels them as pigs, right? So, why do they make it okay for homosexuality to be like, we're cheering about your weird things you're going to do later on in the bedroom? That's weird to me. So this
Mm-hmm.
makes sense on why they're trying to make every leader or every past leader or every past whatever a homosexual, because they're trying to it's weird. That's weird, bro.
Not only that, bro. The further back you go in time, motherfuckers are more discreet. Like that's obvious. So why would they be so open about it? They wouldn't.
Mm-mm. Well, in most situations, like there, that's my point. If somebody's cool and they're a genuinely good person and you rock with them, their sexuality don't fucking that don't
No,
matter, dude.
no,
It
not at all.
my problem is society's leaders that are on the media that shove it down people's throats and accept them to expect to be okay with it. And if you're not, then you're a bad person. That's my problem, bro.
And I think that's. I honestly think that's the reality of things. And what you're saying, what is the purpose of it? If the purpose was to press it and make all these past characters X, Y, and Z,
Mhm.
why the farther you go back, the X, Y, and the bisexual and all this other stuff was less talked about and also more frowned upon because they fucking now they're trying to push it for a reason. Back in the day, the Romans did eugenics. Hitler was interested in eugenics. Napoleon
Right.
Bonaparte took pride in eugenics. Like
Yep.
they know something that we don't know. The Romans were the first people to sell their piss to use it
That's
for a
wild,
flammable
bro.
substance. They
Yeah.
figured out if you piss in a jar and set it in the sun, it turns a different color, and then you could use it for building properties.
That's wild, dog. That's crazy.
How'd they come up with that?
I don't know.
They
I
also whacked off every fucking day.
Weird shit. They did
Well,
some weird shit, bro,
but you know why they whacked off every day?
to keep their testosterone levels in check or something,
Nope.
probably.
They knew how to inseminate.
Wow. So
That's
they were
insanity, bro. They knew how to
yeah,
inseminate women that
yeah,
wanted
they
kids.
were yeah. Well, they somebody oh, you know who was talking about it today? Kasky was talking about the fact that the there's a lot of things that are so farly outdated written in biblical terms. Like, people take the Bible as everything in it is so factual, right? But there's a lot of weird shit that it talks about that ain't, you can't apply that to today. You know what I'm saying? So I think you had to go through those type of weird things in time to realize that it maybe it's not that it's not okay, it's not all right to do in society, right?
Yeah, the
So
math ain't mathing about it.
yeah, so that's crazy. What if the Romans were displaced due to that type of behavior? What if that's Rome falling? What if it was just a displacement of those people throughout society?
Mm.
And what if it's happened with Hitler? What if it's happened with Caesar? What if it's happened with Alexander the Great? What if it's happened, like, yes, of course they did bad, heinous things as leaders, right? And they did things that were wrong, but they also did a lot of good. And they don't showcase any of the good that these folks have done because they want to. erase that from history because they were only the people that were exposing it. And I feel like that's kind of where Donald Trump's at in his political standing right now, is that he's trying to tell us, hey, shit ain't right, bro. Like there's a lot of things going on in this world that I gotta tell you guys. And he didn't get that opportunity, and they try to take him out before he gets that shot again. And that's what makes me think about, like, were they telling us the truth about a lot of these dudes that they said were bad people? Like complete truth about them.
Even that, I don't think so.
No
And
way.
here's why I think they don't. I don't think so because they don't even tell you about the other characters. Sure, you know about Hitler, but do you know about Himmler? No,
No.
no one.
No.
I don't even really know about him. I know a little bit, enough to be
Right.
like, well, goddamn, why didn't we hear about this guy?
Yeah.
Now, if you look up why did Hitler adopt the swastika? Well, all the other people had already fucking used it. He adopted it specifically from Greek and Rome ideologies. That's where he got it from. That's where he seen it at. And he was
Right.
like, "Hey, I like this, this, and this about this. I'm using it too." Just so happens he used the same colors, red, black, and white. But who also used those colors? The Navajo.
Yeah, there's a lot of that's what I'm saying. That was red was like a symbol of war, I think. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Like when you seen a red
Red
flag.
meant alive, and white
Yeah.
meant purity, and black meant death.
Right. So that was, and I think a lot of people, I believe in my eyes, I think a lot of people have been pointed in all the negative that he's done. So you'll never have an opportunity to talk about that. And that's what I think society has become nowadays, is that people are so afraid to say how they honestly feel because of what, well, look, bro, look at how Rome, look at what happened with Caesar. What was he afraid? Everybody went after him for his word. Everybody went after him for his beliefs, right? It fell. What's happening now? People are getting afraid to put out their beliefs. People are getting afraid to talk about what they believe in, right?
Right.
So what happens when we all get that ability back and we all start voicing our freedom?
Damn, that makes me think about this. The word monarch and mockery are pretty damn close. So,
Yeah.
if there was an evil motherfucker on the planet, and if you got rid of him, what is the psychology behind mocking him afterwards if you hate them so bad? You would envy them if you kept mocking them for hundreds of years.
Right.
It wasn't that you hated them, it's that you envied them, which is why you're making fun of them.
Right.
So, what is that all about?
Yeah, you wouldn't chase them around. You wouldn't chase them like, yeah, you're right. And look at the
Oh, he's
even
a little
Jesus'
for
story.
God's sakes.
Yeah, even Jesus' story, it talks about that. The beginning story, the thing that supposedly created, right? The Bible or whatever, they talk about him, how he looked out for like the slums and the bad people, right? And he was labeled like this nasty dude that was only around bad folks, when really he was the one that had the message, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that. So how come they believe what was said from this said leader that was said such nasty, heinous things about back then, right? But
Mhm.
you don't believe anything else about anybody else. Like
I
that's
don't give a
weird.
fuck. When you listen to Hitler's fucking speeches, I don't give a shit what nobody says, bro. He's talking about feeding his people, protecting his kids, saying that the poor kids and the smart kids are matter just the same. He's talking about building better schools for them. He's talking about making a fucking bigger library with all this knowledge that nobody knows about yet, and then they kill this motherfucker. They had schools just for fucking music, just for art, so they could free think and fucking do crazy shit and just put two and two together more. Because how do you figure out the ends of the earth without having an abstract mind? You can't.
You can't. No, you're right.
So here's my question. I understand that he, the dude, probably did drugs or whatever. I understand that it is said that he burned a bunch of people, but this motherfucker said, "Stop coming to my country. You're fucking it up." What is Trump saying now? "Stop coming to this country. You're fucking it up."
Exactly. Yeah. And they're even comparing him to him. And you know what, bro? You know he was a great politician. You know that? I watched streams like he knew his politics, bro. He knew a lot about how to
Who,
make
Trump?
no, Hitler. He knew a lot about politics. He was a politician, like a very well mannered. That's how he got into power. Is he worked his way into power, and then once he got into power, he changed his complete, like he completely altered. But was it for good or was it for evil? You know what I'm
It
saying?
was,
Was he?
bro. You know who instructed him that he should do that? A
Mm-mm.
fucking Muslim.
Didn't the Titanic and all that happen around the time? Wasn't all that doing all that same stuff was happening?
That
Like the
was
Titanic,
1912.
and
It
when
was
was
the First World War. So after the First World War, Hitler said, "Bro, we got 12 years to fix this. If not, they're gonna come kill all of us." They did.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what'd we do? Oh, that's right. We stole their scientists. So why did you want the Nazi scientists?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Were
true.
they smarter than you, motherfucker? They had to be. You stole them for their fucking for
Well,
what they
they
figured
created
out.
well, they created nuclear weapons and they didn't want mass destruction to happen. So I can see that, but
Why didn't Hitler ever use nuclear weapons?
yeah, that's what I was just about to say. But if they created all this, how come they never? I
You know
mean,
what he did create?
what?
Bunkers that could get hit with missiles point fucking blank and they didn't do anything. So he may have figured it out, didn't use it, and then was like, but if somebody else gets this, we're gonna have these bunkers. How would I build these bunkers? Let's test one of these. Don't tell nobody. See how much damage it does. See the trail of shit that's left behind afterwards, and let's make the antibody to that and make the best bunkers ever. And that's what you do find relics of is the best bunkers ever.
Mm, that's crazy to think about. Because you can't really, bro. I won't rule out anything in
Oh,
my
100%.
mind. I won't teach my kids evil, right? So I'm never gonna teach my kids that, oh, these people are bad that are dead. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna allow them to understand it for what it is on their own and make, because I don't. I can say I don't agree, and I think there's a lot of bad things that there's people that are gone, like Caesar. I can't say I agree with everything that he's done. Alexander the Great, but of course, there's things that were erased from the positivity that he's done, bro. Look at what history shows right now. They're trying to already erase the attempted assassination on Trump. Like when you Google search it.
So if they had perfect unity of their own people and wanted to be left alone by the rest of the world, why'd they fight anyone?
I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
Because someone forced upon theirself.
Their word
Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, someone wanted to be a nosy fuck.
and push over there.
Yeah.
But
So
how
if
did
he
they get
learned what he
here?
learned, studying the Greeks and the Romans, who were attached to the Egyptians, if Rome split into two places and Egypt ceased to exist, but the Romans adopted uh, a female like public figure because of I don't know why, but they did. And if you can find black Roman emperors that are married to white Roman princess people,
Yeah.
what in the fuck was the problem? What was the problem over there? It seems they didn't have a fucking problem.
No, no, yeah, nobody had no
It
problem,
was
right?
that the
Yeah.
problem? They didn't have any
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah, you had to create some problems. What if that's the society? So check this out. What if Rome and the way that it was ran was actually the way that you have a successful society and leadership? So they ended Rome in order because then it gives the people the power, right?
Hmm.
That's what I think the people having the power is the reason we have all these discrepancies in history. Because if we understood that what these guys did might have been wrong, but it was a necessity in order to keep the leadership and the understanding of their realm right, then what? We outlaw everything, bro. Like
Where was? Go ahead.
I feel like the president should and the leaders of our countries should be able to come in and put a stop to a lot of the problems that are happening in our country. They can't do that.
I think if the let's say Trump was like, you know what? I talked to the guy at the Vatican. We're going to tell you the true history of America. What if they already done the math and they realized that most of the country can't handle it, and it would actually fucking damage their brain?
COVID-19.
Exactly. And if it does that, what's Elon Musk been saying? Hey, people who listen to me, and by the way, I like Trump. Those of our ideology, you really need to make babies right now. Bro,
That's weird.
that's
Yeah,
weird.
it's weird. Yeah,
That's
it's
because
weird.
they're wanting. They. It seems underliningly. I thought we had a population problem. What if they know about
Funding.
something that hadn't happened yet? What if they know that our kind is going to survive and we are the kind that was already here and we weren't susceptible to all this brainwashing shit? Hence the word brainwashing. If your brain was had other shit imprinted on it, it would be stained, not washed. Anyway, if you were brainwashed, what if that's because you don't care about where you live? Because this ain't where you really live. The ones who really care, this is where you live. They say the way you act is in your DNA. They say personality traits are in your DNA. Well, if what you look like's in your DNA, why is it that the people that look like these other people, why do we act like them? Why do we speak to coliseums and arenas of people? Why do they try to condemn the independent ones that aren't fucking ran with the script when we get to speak to arenas of people just the fucking same? Is it because we talk to them better because we actually believe and care about what we're saying?
So do you think maybe the leaders essentially aren't from this? Is that kind of what do you mean when you say aren't from here? Do you mean our leaders or society?
Society.
Okay, so we're
Like most of the
infiltrated with
society's not from here.
yeah, they're not their core is not from America or from the individual states that they're actually in or
Right.
both.
Well, I think, I mean, by the looks of Trump's face and his kids' faces, and knowing the history of Russia, and knowing about the Battle of Warsaw with the Ukrainians and Russia pretty much being like, "Yo, I need help," and then Germany's like, "Wow, what is it?" And they're like, "There's some fucking weird people here, just like murking everybody." So the Nazis go up there and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And then a lot of them get murked, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And they take off running back to their country, and then that war stops. That's probably why fucking Putin recently just said, "Don't make me fucking tell the story of Warsaw again."
Huh.
Now, what is those people's names? The Nazis.
Yeah, yeah, that's wild. That's crazy.
So, did you
And
not see, or did you see the war that you said you saw? Warsaw.
well, back then it was yeah, and they say that all the documentation and stuff got destroyed from all that. Like you can't even so what stops all the documentation? Dude, they're uncovering shit that our government has done to the American people left and right. And I feel like that's like it's like a straw hat like, "Hey, we found this and this is all that was going on." Bro, I believe that it's a war between politics, right? Of who controls the American people. And what you said makes sense. So if you put a bunch of people here that don't care about America, what happens? You lose control of America.
Yeah. Well, you deplete the American. And this goes back to the whole
Bloodline.
biblical thing. You know,
Yep.
like let's think about this. A lightning strike looks just the same as a tree. When you pause it,
Uh-huh.
the whole entire fucking thing, the whole Bible is based on a tree that grows an apple.
Right.
Then stemmed from that was tree of life stories. Okay. Then there was an attack on the trees from chopping them down, yada, 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 yada. They say trees used to be bigger. That's why the trees in Oregon or in Washington and the redwoods are fucking huge. Okay. Did you know that there is illegal seeds to plant trees in America?
Yeah.
I think it's a red chestnut
Yeah.
because
To
they're
overtake
fucking
everything.
huge. They're
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
It'd be the biggest tree in America. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we are connected to this earth that obviously vibrates and has electricity in it, because when lightning does strike, it doesn't go from the top up, it goes from the ground up. If you watch it in slow motion, if we are the only non symmetrical beings with a symmetrical circle in our eyeball, and nothing in life is nothing natural is symmetrical. The only thing that is symmetrical perfectly is what we create as people and the ideology of the circle of life. Okay? Why is that? Why is it that when these other leaders in the past wanted their groups of people to move together as people stuck on this fucking electrical ball with electricity in us and water, by the way, and they also say that the water and electricity don't go together. Well, obviously it does because we all walk around every day. So it does to some sense. And when you go back and look at the original form of water, it did not conduct electricity. The only fucking the reason it conducts electricity now is because it's fucking toxic and has minerals all in it from all the
Yep.
hurricanes and shit. If you look up pure water, you'll find out pure water don't conduct electricity. Anyway, so if we're moving off the continents that we were born into, take those little ball things from fucking Hot Topic and you're touching it. All the strings are going to your fingers.
Mhm.
If you move all the strings to one side,
Yep.
nobody's going to give a fuck about this side. It has nothing going on. They're going to look at this side over here. Now, what if there was like some kind of bariatric weight or something? And if you do that too much, it changes the poles. Or what if you're born in this vibration frequency of this continent and you move to another one? What if it changes your life or changes the world just a little bit for the worst?
Mm. Every 100 years.
Yeah,
Well, they say we always de-evolve, like we'll always go backwards. And I believe that. That makes sense because if
I
we
do
had big
too.
trees, then now we have small trees. Now we have big watermelons, but we have seedless watermelons, so you're not repopulating. There's so many it's humans, bro. We're our own enemy. We definitely destroy things. Evil, it's greed. I don't think it's money. I don't think you know how they say money root of all evil. No, it's lack of money. So money has been created
Mm,
for a way you need to have avenues of escapes or a way to solve problems, right?
hmm
Money was just a way to solve a problem. It wasn't meant to live and die by, right?
hmm
But it became a live or die by situation. So now it was no longer the root of evil. It was the lack of money become the root of the evil because now you're doing everything and destroying everything you know and stand for to get to that dollar bill. And that's why I believe gold at the time when money wasn't around, it was gold. There was always something that people felt that they needed to destroy what nature or reality was going to do on its own. They had to alter it due to the dollar. And
mm,
that's wild to think about, bro.
mm. That is
I
wild to think
mean,
about.
like that's why Trump it means a lot to me because I didn't give a shit about politics, but I sat back and I watched and I paid attention to everything that was happening and I listened to the stories and I seen that this dude wasn't taking the money for it and I thought about it. I'm like, bro, America is the biggest business there is. There ain't nothing bigger than that. That's it. And that dude, he filed for bankruptcy. He did this, whatever. Knock him however you want to. The dude understands how to manage money. And why is he understanding how to manage America without taking a dollar bill? Because he understands the investment in keeping America running is the only way he's going to actually profit in his other businesses inside of America. It's
One,
common sense.
100%. Nobody even really knows about his building properties and stuff when he first got to New York. Them
No.
motherfuckers were building in the Bronx and in
Yep.
the shitty areas. And he
Yep.
said, one day I'm gonna be up there with those with them motherfuckers, them politicians, them people that got them buildings. What does he do? He buys all the old buildings that are built like Roman Colosseums and then adds on to them and makes them badass. Not only
Mhm.
that, he fucking he's so smart. that he talked his way out of these other people signing the fucking piece of paper till the date ran out. When the date ran out, it became only Donald Trump's. No one can tell him what to do with this fucking square footage of area,
Brilliant.
not even the authority.
Brilliant. And he did cross people, bro. Like people were like, "Oh, he ruined lives." Yes, he did. And that's the crazy part. I'm glad that gets brought up because guess what? 60 years from now, I hope somebody sees this and goes, "Oh my gosh, everything they're saying about Donald Trump now is true, but it wasn't like they're saying it was." Because they'll say the dude had 34 felonies the entire time he was president or ran for president. They'll say he probably created COVID. They'll put all this stuff on Trump and make Trump seem like he was a bad president in our time. And that's why I believe it's hard to believe that Hitler was completely bad. It's hard to believe Caesar was completely bad. It's hard to believe a lot of these people that were leaders in their time were completely bad because look what they're doing to Trump, dog. I
Yeah.
mean, it's wild.
Kanye.
Yeah, there you
Kanye
go.
left a riddle right in front of everyone's face without you seeing his face.
With the he wears that fucking black mask everywhere,
He
huh?
wore the black mask talking about Nazis. He literally could not see, and the viewer
Mhm.
could not see him.
Didn't he wear a white sheet one time too? He had a whole white, like a whole fucking white sheet on him.
Oh my.
That he's signifying stuff. Like he's showing Nazi. Like I don't. I
Well, look
think.
what I just said. I said he was on Alex Jones. I don't know if he was or not. I didn't see his face.
Oh yeah, you're right. Nazi, bad.
I didn't see
You
him.
got to make yeah, and somebody's got to automatically point it as bad though. Well, you put those two together, Alex Jones and Kanye, just because of the history that both of them have had, then you immediately point a controversy, right?
Alex
So
Jones got kicked off the internet. Why is he back on the internet?
that doesn't make sense.
He just showed Kanye and Alex just showed everyone I can say and you can hear anything, even though it's the opposite. And I can come right back in. That's what theatrics is.
Oh,
They
I
just
get what
showed
you're
everyone anyone
saying.
could do it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like wrestling almost. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I just fucking choked you out. You're out of here. And then next week on SummerSlam, Upchurch back in the ring. It's like, no way. I thought this dude just got choke slammed through a table and broke his neck.
Undertaker
Now he's
died like
back.
6 times.
Oh shit. But how long do you think this has been happening? Because you gotta look, JFK, there was TV, there was television, there was press, there was a lot of stuff back then
I think
that
it's
you
like
could.
1200s.
Think so?
Yeah.
Horse and carriage type, they were transferring letters, passing misinformation.
Dog, they try to say that the reason we got horses in America is because the ocean got so shallow they walked over here. That's fucking stupid.
That doesn't make sense.
We have Arabian horses, right? We got everyone, we got Arabian horses, right?
I wouldn't it be a
Ara-
camel?
Arabian horses are like really fucking fast, so people buy them for like super top
I
dollar a
don't.
race, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I can show you maps where United States is Saudi Arabia. Now look up a Saudi Arabian. Why in the fuck they look just like us?
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right about that. That's wild.
They look just like us.
And I didn't know
We're
until
the
like,
Aryan version of them, it
yeah,
seems, facial feature
yeah,
wise. But
yeah.
who else is?
South Africans are
The
the same
Romans.
way. Yeah, and so are South Africans. There's white South Africans that are like white people. Like I didn't my mom has some friends from South Africa and I'm like, "Yo, what language is she speaking?" It looks like an old white woman. And she'll start clicking and booking and making all these wild sounds. And it makes me realize like America's the only place that has a problem with racism because we create it in media. Like
Mm,
it's a way to keep control.
it's a new
Like that's all this
Olympics.
is. Yes. That's exactly what
It's
it
a
is.
24-hour Olympic.
Yeah. Yeah. Jump
So
through hoops.
look at all these predominant races in time. Look at the Romans. Look at the Aryan white folks. Look at the black folks, aka the natives or the Egyptians. Look at um. Look at those. Look at just those two. Well, genetically, it seems that something is futuristic about both of them. White people run on the damn near every fucking thing, or figure out all these political shit all over the world, and look at the athletics of these darker folks. They're the majority of the athletic section of stuff.
Mhm,
They're
mhm.
both futuristic in their own fucking way.
Yep.
If you put those two people together, you get a super duper 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 human.
Right.
So what do? You guys hate each other forever, dummy. Y'all hate each other. White
Mhm,
guy did this to black guy. Black guy did this to white guy. And
mhm.
that's all it's ever gonna fucking be. Because if those two get together and realize what's going on, well, why do most white folks got blue eyes and most black folks got brown eyes? Most white folks got this hair and they got that hair. Once upon a time, those two people were working together, obviously, and they could conquer the entire fucking world. And when you look back at where they come back from fucking Greece, Italy, Egypt, and we just somehow fucking all ended up over here for some reason with these pyramids they fucking threw away, and
Yeah,
uh,
that don't make
they're
sense.
pushing the black community into uh, tearing their buildings down and making them live in bad neighborhoods. Why? Because they're creating the bad neighborhoods. Literally, they're creating them. They say, "Oh man, black people choose bad." Why the fuck would you choose a bad neighborhood? That's
No,
fucking
that's
stupid.
been going on since the crack epidemic, dude. Like,
Yes,
I remember when I was younger, I seen what they did, bro. They do that on purpose. They
yes.
they move those people into the same areas rather than spread out the communities and make it a little rough in a richer neighborhood in a certain area. They shove it all together and make it one big shithole.
Now, do they both have the same ideologies and both do the similar things? Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit of things. Are they
Yeah.
different? Are both cultures different? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
what happens when both cultures know that about each other, team up, and help each other
Yeah.
protect their culture?
That's what American is. Like, that's America, bro. Like, that's what
It's
it should be.
dangerous to whatever entity wants to fucking get rid of us.
Yeah.
Because if all the Aryan white people are protecting black culture and saying, no, 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 you're not coming over here and fucking nothing up. Leave them alone, motherfucker. That creates a space between the enemy of them and them. We would be the space. Vice versa. If they have someone come from the outside and say, no, 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 you're not fucking with them. You're leaving them the fuck alone. Both of them have a job that is the same job, and they do that job at different times. When they're both being attacked, or when one's being attacked from one side, they're always shielding each other, and they're always stepping up and saying no as someone that doesn't even look like them, which is the best unity you can possibly have.
Mm. Well, you think that's why there's not discussion anymore? Do you think why this type of conversation goes away? Because nowadays it's the divide of people. It's so hard to understand because I feel like my everyday conversations with people, it seems like racism doesn't exist, right? But then you see in the media that it seems like it thrives. And it's so confusing to me because when I have conversations with people, it seems all right. But then when reality sets in and you have to talk about like the real hardcore shit like we're talking about, it gets but I've had conversations with Big Zeus, black dude. I've had conversations with Uncle Ray, black dude. I've had conversations with so many of these people, and they seem to be like, yeah, bro. A lot of them hype it up and make it way bigger than it needs to be. So that fits what you're saying. If I don't like you because you got blonde hair and blue eyes, guess what? Hatred.
Mhm.
There's racism in every walk of life. And I feel like it's there in every generation of life. I feel like it, it you can see pictures of Romans white and black, right?
Mhm.
You can see pictures of Germans white and black,
Mhm.
right? I think I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I don't
dude,
know,
yeah.
but I
Have you ever seen a
believe that.
German black white chick, or a German black chick?
Uh-uh. Not that I can think
Bro,
of.
they're pretty as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that like the is that I actually maybe I have. They kind of almost look like they're exotic, almost like an island.
Yes,
Yeah, like an
exactly.
island, almost like Puerto Rican,
Almost
essentially.
like they have extra features that the rest of the world don't have.
Yeah. Well, that's my point. So if all that already existed, right, and it was around then, how come it's made it seem like black folks and white folks only have a problem with one another in America.
Because
They don't.
either I really I don't know. Maybe it's to hmm.
It's because our freedom. Is it because we're so free over here to have
Well,
opinions?
what was freer? Freer was it freer before the word freedom?
Well, what if you take your opinions away? Like if I say you're not allowed to have your opinions anymore, well, you're allowed to have them, but you got to keep them to yourself. Then does racism go away?
People only argued about opinion when there was somebody else to be around that didn't think like them. If you
Right.
didn't have communications back then and you weren't forced to anyone else's ideas and you lived in tribes, you would never have that problem.
But I don't want to be around people like that, bro. I don't want to be around a bunch of people that only agree with me.
Oh well, of course, but you got to
But a
think
tribe, but a tribe, they ain't
they
getting
disagreed
challenged.
on whether you would die from this rhinoceros, not
Yeah.
whether you like the word Democrat or Republican or the
Oh
color
yeah,
red or
yeah.
blue more.
Yeah, yeah, they were all fighting for going to get the same buffalo, but maybe I threw
Shit
my
that
axe
meant
overhand
something.
and you went underhand. You know what I'm saying? We're battling about a way to throw an axe rather than not how we're gonna eat tonight. Yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah. I
their
get.
opinions and that was their discussions, bro.
Yeah.
This rock works better with to make this.
That's why
No, it
old
doesn't.
folks.
This rock does. Okay, let's have a
Yeah.
fucking competition on which rock is better.
Yeah. Without and understand the competition, have an understanding of what you're doing and what we're competing about, not just be angry and try to prove me wrong. Yeah, you're right, bro. You're absolutely
Oversight,
correct. Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Oversight was like a higher knowledge of things because you witnessed it yourself. Understanding is, I mean, to me, it means coughing and non-movement. But
Or
you know,
doing it
yeah,
yourself, maybe. Yeah.
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 Four is a
That's
really weird thing. Four fathers, foresight. The number four on the Roman clock was changed. Forefront,
hmm,
fort. There's something weird with the number four, and I honestly think that a lot of these original letters and maybe even some of the numbers were more than what people think they are. I think they were fucking tools. I think they were like hieroglyphs for a certain kind of tool that you could
big
use.
plus. Big plus, but foreskin. Yeah, you're right, bro. Hey, you know, my grandfather was born on 4444, and I always feel like that 444 pops up everywhere. Numerology, what's it called?
Jay Z,
Gematria? Jay-Z? What about Jay-Z?
444 was his
Oh
last
yeah,
album.
you're right. Yeah, yeah, you're right. What does that mean though? What significance of that? Time has some numbers and time, bro. Dates.
Hold on one second.
You're good. You're good. Numbers and time to me though. Why add to the D? Fourth world. Uh, oversight. Take the 30,000-foot view. Look at the big picture.
So 4 times 4 is 12. Or 4 times 3 is 12.
Right.
12 months. Let's
Four
see.
seasons.
12 columns on the Abraham Lincoln monument that was apparently already there with nothing else around when they found it. 12, what'd you say? 12 what?
Four seasons.
Yeah, four
Like,
seasons.
yeah.
Um, you know how everybody says they got you got my third eye. What
Hmm.
was it? 12? Two eyeballs thinking it has another eye of intelligence, which is why one and an eye is the same thing. Um,
Wasn't there like 12? How many disciples? I think we looked that up because I thought that was a 12 too. I don't think it was. Maybe it was. Maybe it was 12 disciples. Let me look. I'm gonna look. But there was a lot of numerology, and that's when I started looking in that gematria or whatever it's called. It's
oh,
like a
gematria.
yeah, gematria, bro. That's like a Jewish number. I think it's Jewish. I want to say it is Jewish. Let's see how
Hey, Kirk,
many.
go like
Yeah.
this. Kirk, go like this.
Oh yeah. I get cotton mouth so bad, bro. I appreciate you.
No problem, bro.
Yeah, bro. So I don't know. I think our world is meant to be understood, and I think they're trying to get people to stop trying to understand.
Why are columns called columns? Who you calling? They use those
Yeah.
places as sanctuaries to talk to the gods. Well,
Yeah.
how you talk to them? Call them.
They
What
were
do we do
essentially a
now?
search.
Call them.
Yeah, they were churches. That
How
those
many
were
how many
churches.
kinds of columns are there? 4. The Egyptian columns were first. The Roman columns came second. And then the
Okay.
Romans had 3 different versions of columns, ending with the ones that we see now with all the fucking intricate designs with feathers and fucking spears and shit.
So you think maybe there's there's only 4 types of civilization then, right? I mean, in theory.
Well, 4 main
Like
ideas at
main,
least.
yeah, main, like structure wise, like they're building their structures. There was 4 main common ways and that's why it's weird to me that like places like Pennsylvania and North Carolina and South all up the coast, it's so weird how it's built like another country, dude.
Mm,
Tennessee, even it pushes into Tennessee, Alabama. Dude, Montgomery, Alabama was weird. Georgia, Macon, Georgia, different.
dude,
Like,
Nakalula Falls is fucking huge.
what's it called?
Nakalula Falls.
What is it? Is it literally a waterfall?
Bro, me and Cambo Bowling climbed down it. It's a big ass waterfall in the middle of the town. It looks like a fucking entrance to something.
So what if that's what it was, bro? What if a long time ago people settled over here, right?
Hmm.
And it wasn't about fighting land. It was
Hmm.
about understanding folks and coming to an understanding of what it's like to be over here. You remember that game Oregon Trail that you play on the computer? You go through
Hmm.
you would stop in certain areas and
Yeah, it was blue,
oh, do I
black, and yellow and orange.
yeah, do you forage or do you trade or do you just keep carrying on? Well, what if that's what it was about, bro? What if people just foraged back and forth over time from land to land and nothing and we were prospering so well. And when government come in and alter it and money started becoming a thing, it just that nature of the beast because I think technology took off way too fast. I think we should be way far behind, dude.
Dude, you just made me. Dude, what do you do to a dirt bike for your kid if it's too powerful?
Put a governor on it.
What
Oh
if their
shit.
brain was too powerful? Their
Government.
mentality was
Yeah.
too powerful, so you had to govern it. Government. Govern
Oh,
mentality.
shit. Yeah.
What if this was the Woodstock of fucking living? Everyone came
Yeah.
here that was the highest of knowledge, the highest of fucking physical being, and they lived as one here
Yeah.
and was like, we're going to be the best country in the fucking world and we're going to be united through unity, which is why the fucking term unit goes
Well,
so far back in our fucking maps.
well, you just made me think of our Titanic talk. Okay, so check this out with the theory you just said. What if
Oh,
America was where all the rich folk come? Now, check this out. What if I'm over here in Rome or wherever, Germany, wherever that boat come from, and I said, man, fuck Ryan and his American great ways over there. I'm gonna ship a whole boat of homeless people to this dude, and I shipped my boat of homeless people to you. That's
mm,
what it was. They were giving tickets away to get onto that boat to come to America.
oh shit. Oh shit. Who were the
Like a
kings of irrigation, irrigating water?
I don't know.
Egyptians. They could fucking make a desert a fucking rainforest because they knew about irrigation.
Yeah, how to move it, how to move the
Look
water.
south. We're taking your plows. You can't irrigate the land anymore to make rivers and
Oh
stuff.
shit. And look at all the water. It used to have the water that run right around through straight through California and all that. And that's just gone.
Bro, what did me and you find out about these motherfuckers? I ain't gonna say their names on the
Yeah.
internet talking all weird and shit.
Yeah.
They were talking about watersheds.
Yeah.
They're taking pictures of dams.
Yeah. Of structures of the
No,
dams. Yeah.
waterways. Just like back in the
Waterways.
day.
Yeah. 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 Same thing.
They're all
Yeah.
foreigners.
Infrastructure. Yeah, they're going for our yeah, that's wild. And that's a war. They're not gonna tell you now. They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what we're looking at the infrastructure. They're just gonna whack it. Like when you seen that water tower, you got a good eye for that shit, bro. Nobody will give you credit for that. But the news even grabbed that article and was like, hey, yeah, He did point it out, and then a whole bunch of people that understand sniping were agreeing with you. They're like, "There's no way that that water tower shouldn't have had at least somebody on it, or did it have somebody on it?" I seen like war people talking about that.
Bro, you know what's crazy? You know what they didn't put in the article? And you already know your boy recorded the article at
Mhm.
the initial time. She said she was trying to, which she was a sweetheart, I'm not gonna lie. And you could tell behind the scenes she agreed with some other stuff that I said that's not in the article. But she was like, "Well, that's good that you figured that out first. I bet that's pretty cool to you." I was like, "Actually, no, it's fucking scary."
Mhm.
And she started laughing. I said, "It's not cool that that I'm one of the first people to see that. It's not cool that you're getting to grab me and be like, Ryan Upchurch and the FBI have a comment. That's fucking horrible. I should not be one of the first motherfuckers to say this. I should not be the one being pulled on here, but I am. So I'm gonna speak my shit because I want to show that our kind of people on this side of the internet are looking for shit that matters. But and at the end of the day, it's not good that I'm the one that's getting highlighted because there should have been 20 fucking million other people before me that noticed it.
Bro, that's why I don't think that's not there shoulda you're right. You shouldn't have noticed the water tower without a sniper on it. You should have looked at that water tower and been like, "Oh yeah, look, there's a Secret Service sniper sitting up there." Because that is the highest access point that nothing can beat that other than a drone or a helicopter.
But you know what's great about this situation?
Hmm.
Mm, Sure, you pulled some random guy and was like, "Hey, you're one of the first people to talk about this. Can we interview you?" Yeah. When people look into the character, the life character, I guess you could say, the entity that is Upchurch, you're also going to see, hey, this dude outsmarted the entire fucking music industry and made it. Then said, "Nana boo boo, fuck
Hmm.
you." Makes fun of everyone and is still
Yeah.
around. You cannot get rid of him. But you know why I got this way? I had time on my hands.
Mhm.
I got enough time to sit around. Ah, I see your Nordic symbols, William. Nice. I had time to sit around. What does the system not want you to fucking have? Time. What
Right.
if you have time? What if time is different in your brain? What if one day seems like a month, like it does for me, instead of 10 minutes for people who don't have time? Now, if you don't have time, wouldn't 10 minutes be an eternity to you? Because you're like, "God, I finally got 10 minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
I have all the time in the world."
Yeah.
So why does one day to me seem like a week? That's
Because
backwards.
well, it's cool that and here, let me help you because you've talked to me about this, and it's cool that you understand that because you've got to where you've got by outsmarting something, right? An entity, a music industry. You've won over what they couldn't figure out. You were able to do it. And then rather than waste your time that you obviously have because you've outsmarted them, you're using it to look into more things and pay attention, right?
And
So
stay
that
grounded with the
yeah,
people because
yes,
we up here, the people that are looked at as up here, there is no up here. There's only down here. So anyone in the fucking world who thinks they're up here because their status, I hate to break it to you, you're a status, not a fucking statue. We're all down here with the
yeah,
statues.
right.
And these
That's
people
dope.
have no statute of limitations on their self. They say the dumbest shit. They'll read whoever's giving them the most fucking money. They are nothing to the future of humanity. Think about that.
Mm-mm.
There's nothing personal about them. They think they live in a society where they get to hang out with the higher ups. There ain't no higher ups. The only higher up is the motherfucker who gave us this fucking planet. Who is that? I don't know. But they're obviously the higher up because they can build a fucking planet.
Yeah. No, yeah, and if society would look at it that way, bro, we would be great. We would be so better off as humans because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to classify us into certain classifications of humans. And that and leaders, look, check this out. Every leader in history, what are those leaders? They stay with their people. Look at Trump, bro. I don't care, hate or love Trump. Trump's about his fucking people, bro. At the end of the day, that dude's at golf tournaments, signing autographs, hugging people, having lunch with people, doing this thing. He don't even he's probably hard. And that is the cool thing about a leader, bro, is a leader is going to be there for his people. Well, if you erase people that want to lead, guess what you don't have? You don't have leaders. They're gone.
Dude, a fucking man. And you know what? I thought about this yesterday. And let me see if I still have it in my DM. Hold on. Or if this was on Cheatham Church. Give me 2 seconds.
No, you're good, bro. You got a fucking how Taylorville ain't far from you, huh? You ain't got too
Okay,
far
that
of a
was
road
in
trip.
my that was on my other fucking account. But put it this way. I'm nothing in the grand scheme of the world. There are fucking millions of people more important than me. The Trumps took the time to talk to me about fishing. Think about that.
That's wild.
Donald Trump's son took the random, this wasn't like, oh, we're setting this up, random time to talk to me, Brian Upchurch, a nobody, about trout fishing. What the fuck does that tell you? These people are still on ground level.
Yeah, 100%.
Makes them, what do people say about them? Oh, they think they're all up here, stuck up. Why? Because you know they have a lot of a number? Because these other evil entities gauge their wealth and their being off numbers,
Mhm,
currency.
mhm.
Why did the patricians attack the mentality of the ancient Romans? Because the ancient Romans knew the currency of the earth and they
Yep.
tried to give them artificial currency and make them use money. And they said, why the fuck do we need money? I
Yeah,
can look at someone and see if they're fucking hungry. If I have extra food, I'm going to give it to them. Hey, look at Hitler. There was fucking bakeries in the middle of towns where they would make mounds and mounds and mounds of bread and they'd dump it in the street for anybody who wanted to walk by and eat it because they were hungry.
yep.
Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, look at
Why?
social media. That's
And look,
that's
look what is separated from the pyramids on the dollar.
the
Your
eye, right?
ability to see from the
Yeah,
highest
the eye.
point possible.
Yeah,
It's
your
separated.
trajectory. What was the word you said earlier? Observation to understanding. What was the two comparison? Like the way to look at something. You said,
Oh, the opposite and the opposition.
no, observation or like you're observing something or you're fully understanding something. Like there's two
Mm,
different things. That's what you're saying. Like the eye, you're either looking at it or you're experiencing it. Like there's two different understandings of a situation.
right.
That's why
And
they separate the eye.
yeah. And what do they tell people on the internet? Use your third eye. No, motherfucker. Use your two eyes and don't close one of them. If you only see half of what the fucking problem is,
Yeah.
you're going to end up on that side, whichever eyeball you pick.
Yeah.
Open both of them because that's an eye of intelligence. That the eye of intelligence is energy from both sides asking why. That spells I. E equals E, Y, E. If both sides are asking why, it spells I.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I always think about that. Like language, who
Now,
sat around
why
and
does a three-letter word sound the same as a one-letter word? It's
yeah,
shaped like a Roman column.
and it's round. Keep
Yeah,
going around. Yeah, that's wild, bro. And your eye is the only what symmetrical that's symmetrical,
the
so it's seeing
only
yeah.
symmetrical on your body that we all share. We all share it. It may be a different color, but we all share it.
Imagine that. All the same thing, different colors.
And eyes are only colors of natural elements of the earth. Blue for water, blue and yellow for sun and water, brown for dirt, land, green for flourishment. Both of
Mhm.
them also having their own yellow
Yep.
versions. So they all have the sun, all of them, but they're all different elements of the earth. Why isn't there fucking pink eyeballs or fucking silver eyeballs?
It's not a yeah, it's not a
It's not a
well, I
common
think
thing we see.
yeah, it's ground
So
age
if our
like
eyes are common colors of our common earth, then we were born with common senses. And if you use those common senses, you can find uncommon senses that we used to have. What do they give you to get rid of those? Well, the art is they give you art shit that's artificial and they call it the official art. And it's not.
yeah, AI. It's now AI. Everything's
Yeah.
artificial intelligence. Yeah, it's
You know what
artificially
AI
driven.
used to be called in our government?
What?
IA. Look it up.
Really?
Frank Church 19 Frank Church 1975. The CIA took the other CIA to court. The Church Intelligence Agency took the Central Intelligence Agency to court. You know why? Because the Church Intelligence Agency said, hey, you're doing fucked up shit to humans, and we know about it. We found out. We've been investigating you. Now, we're going to out your shit unless you quit doing it right now. It was
Wasn't
MK
that
Ultra, by the way.
that was the same shit Hitler was doing, right? I
Exactly.
imagine that.
That's what they said he was doing. What if
Right.
they said someone else was doing it because they were doing it?
Right. Yeah, that's what yeah. That's crazy to
That
think
would be
about.
something you would not see.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Well,
You
what's a
wouldn't know it
Nazi
was coming.
backwards? Azan, birthday of God.
Oh shit.
Now, look at NASA. They said, "Oh, we took it the German we took it the German scientists and we bring them over here. Then we call this thing NASA, Nazi NASA.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Hassan backwards is still birthday of God. So is it the same fucking organization? Which is why you have the Methodist Church sash in it without the cross. And also, the Son of God and Mother Nature is also not in it. But we haven't been far away enough to even see space without those two things. We can barely get to the fucking moon if we can even get there. So why is it not in the logo?
Yeah,
Because they
I
don't
don't
believe in it.
yeah, they can't there's no
Scientology
way.
doesn't believe in religion.
At all.
So you mock it with mockery by using the Methodist Church. What is the Methodist Church's colors? Red, black, and white. If you finish the angles on a Methodist cross in the opposite way,
Yeah.
because you're not the opposition, it ends up being
Right.
a swastika.
So you think it's really just science versus religion is what it boils down to.
I think it's real versus people who are on the opposing side of the real. People were just born to be fucking demons.
Yeah, but do you okay? So, but I think it's all right. I think there's got to be people that are against. I think in order to understand success
Yes,
or to understand something, you got to fail on figuring it out. So,
yes,
like,
I believe that.
I like the people that weren't all godly or weren't like religious, and then they find it. I believe them more. I think that's more relatable, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
of course, 100%. But
Not demonic shit. No.
but what if we were born to be for one of the sides to be an alliance all the time and one to not? Maybe that was the balance. Maybe there was a set balance or a set math, and someone figured it out and was like, "Hey, want to change it?"
Mm,
No matter what you're trying to change it to, what if you weren't supposed to change it? So no matter what you did, it was for the bad.
yeah. Yeah. That's true.
And that's why,
They altered it a little bit, and what would be right is now wrong.
yeah, you know how they
You
say
wanna know
oh, go ahead.
no, yeah, I think it's crazy you said that because my daughter asked me at 6 years old, about God, and I'm like, "Uh, yeah, we can look into it, but nobody told me that." I'm like, "Did maybe was somebody talking about it?" I mean, with the internet now and in videos and songs and stuff, you never know, but it's almost like, are we born to kinda understand it? And then it's lost throughout the way.
I think it's redirected throughout the way. Because
It's
think,
like,
if
well,
you're the director and you made this shit,
yeah,
someone's eventually going to want to redirect it. And that's probably where we get recreational dictators.
yeah, but I think like babies. How long does it take? 2 years. It's like 2 years until they actually really
What do
start.
they do to dictators?
They
They change their
brainwash them.
diction, their
Yeah, they
actual
brainwash them.
diction, their words, their
But
sentences. They put them in their mouth. They
yeah, yeah, they alter their direction. They alter their thought process. They alter everything. Yeah, you're
mhm,
right.
they do
You're right.
what? They alter it.
Yeah,
Churches have altars.
alter church. Yeah, alter. Yeah,
If you
wow, that's
preach too
crazy.
much, they they put you on the cross.
Holy shit. Yeah, and then talk about you how you were a bad person. Yeah, that's crazy.
They have
You s-
communion, yet the computer is fucking up the unity of what's going on.
it's speeding it up. It's
Now
speeding
look,
up
the communions are fucking disappearing. Oh,
yeah.
that's right. All the churches that had communions before and altars were altered by being burned down, so no one could preach at them.
You think that's why the Romans built them out of concrete and super solid out
Yeah,
of stone so you can't
hmm
burn them down?
yeah. I think there's still ones you can't get rid of. They're called pyramids.
That's wild to think about because there's
Well, if the
multiple
females
ones.
back then were really important to the culture, that would be why now we say, "Oh yeah, there's
Damn.
mummies inside of the pyramids."
A
No, there's
temple.
babies inside the mummies. But that's right, they didn't find any mummies in any pyramids, now did they? Now, if you look at the word pyramid, it's fire in the middle. Okay, what do they say when a woman's pregnant? You have a bun in the oven? Well, in the oven, it's pretty fucking hot.
Fire in the middle. Right in the middle.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that they could be study halls like that, like churches. Like that could have been a center of worship for the earth. Maybe before people worshiped God, they worshiped the earth. Maybe that's where Mother Nature comes into it.
So it'd be prehistoric, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it really historic if the history wasn't recorded, if it was prehistory? No, it's got to be a
No,
story.
no. Yeah.
A history.
History.
So,
Fabricated.
what if pyramids were hospitals, churches, and schools all together in one fucking place, which is why it was built the way it was and as big as it was, with different hallways, different chambers, um, had its own electrical source. Because what do they say? Oh, well, they think that in these acoustic chambers, you could get a bunch of people in there and go, oh, and it would heal certain fucking things about you. Okay. They also say they don't know how they were built. There's a fucking hole in the top. If you have the counterweight on the inside and you have these tools they told us to hate over the years, like a noose and a hangman and a
Yeah.
three, four, five, six other things, well, if you take those things and apply them to the 90-degree angles,
Yeah.
you could pick up a brick without even being seen picking the brick up because you're on the inside of the pyramid being the counterweight.
Yeah. Knots. You need
Yeah.
knots and rope. Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. Knots.
See?
Not see. Yeah. Not see. Yeah. That's wild. And that's how they did it. And you could not see them do it because,
Well,
hey,
bro, a pyramid
holy
is
shit.
also pi. If you take off pi from pyramid, Ramid is God of rain in the middle. Pi, in our sense, is 3.15.
Mhm.
If it has three sides, 4 points, one specific point in the middle where you get the decibels of acoustics, there's your 3.14 pi, which is circle of life.
Oh my gosh, you said acoustics and it made me think of something. What, okay, 10,000 people. You know there's 10,000 people in this area, right?
Mm.
The pyramid was created for acoustics in order to call out to find if there was more people, bro. Why wouldn't that be? Think of it. If you're a big
How do
ass
you
village.
How do you erase those people forever?
Uh,
You apply a coup that sticks.
like a coup is also a poem,
A coup like a fucking
like a haiku.
like a trick, like a warfare. A, ran a coup on somebody.
Oh, I get what you're saying, like a prank. You pranked them.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
coup that
yeah,
sticks. Acoustics.
yeah.
Now look at
So that
Nashville. What's it called?
Music
Music
City.
City.
Yeah,
Well, if
acoustics.
mu is God means God, and sick is the only thing left, well then you're making God sick by the non-harmonies. If Nashville is Music City, look at all the devil worshiping fucking shit they're doing right now. What does the fucking Batman building remind you of? The Sphinx? It kind of looks like the Sphinx. Looks like the face of the Sphinx in a very, very Minecraft way. Otherwise, what the fuck is it? It ain't a bat. A bat don't have two pointy fucking ears. It has
No.
weird ass floppy looking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Now, go look up. I thought this the other night. I said, bro, why the fuck they call him Batman if he has fangs pointed the opposite direction?
Right. Out of the top of his
I
head.
said, look that shit up for me. Did you know there's a comic book from way back in the day from DC, DC Comics, where Batman turns into a fucking vampire? You ever heard of Batman turning into a vampire? I haven't.
Mm-mm, me either. Never.
Apparently, that was one of the first fucking Batman comics. And I figured that out by looking at his ears and being like, this motherfucker has opposite fangs. What the fuck? Was he a vampire or something? Well, turns out he was.
That's wild. But I thought about vampires for a long time because I think vampires were just ruthless leaders, bro. I think vampires were the type of people that killed for, and they said leaders lived way crazy long way back then.
Hmm.
Like, I'm talking before Caesar, before Alexander the Great, like back way back when. And that to me is what I think of that. Like, I think that they're made to, to discredit history that's real, but it's unbelievable, if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
Hmm. What if it? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like a
So
bloodshed leader that would kill his own family in order to lead his colony of people into the righteous way, right? Well, what if they're like vampires and just discredit, erase these things from history and make it a bad thing? Is
right,
what a better like maybe not that exact situation, but they make it evil and make it commercialized for people not to like in order for it to be erased from history.
yeah. And sorry, I hate to break it. I gotta start packing some shit, but I want to leave you on this. If wait, fuck, I lost it. What'd you just say?
I was talking about how like they erase things
Okay,
from history. Yeah.
so I'm gonna ask you two questions.
Okay.
Do you think the majority of the world's or the majority of the people in the world have a good conscience or a bad conscience? Which one you think rules? Which one you think is the most?
Bad.
You think the most is bad?
Uh Conscience wise, like that
Like a
nobody knows
conscience,
about.
like how many people out here are gonna go like steal a kid and do bad shit to it?
Oh, good. I think it's good. I think
Okay,
good.
so
I,
you think the majority of conscience is good. I think the same
yes.
thing. Do you think the majority of people are bad or good on the internet?
Bad.
Me too. What is everyone's brain being conned by right now on the internet? Science, UFOs, aliens.
Yes.
Con
Yeah.
science smashed together is the exact spelling for conscience.
So they're creating deception in your conscience in order to alter your opinions and thoughts as a human.
Added data.
Holy shit.
Data
Overload.
backwards. Added
Yeah.
data.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's added data to make you a different outcome, I think. And I don't think it's going to work. I think it'll get real close, but I don't. I think this is supposed to happen though. Like I really do think this is supposed to happen. I think. Well, I mean, obviously it's happened as far back as we can find in history, this has happened every fucking time.
How do you break it?
Honestly, creating the internet. If you can record what happened and you in the future you can emulate to people at a young age, hey, this is what the fuck happens. Put these goggles on and feel, see, and watch this. And they don't know nothing about this kind of shit, and they see it all for the first time. And the internet's controlled by that time. There's nobody cutting nobody's heads off. You show the youth that, they're gonna be like, hell to the fuck no, we ain't doing that. And it
Mm.
changes. To in
You got
order
to
to ch-
change the internet. You got to, yeah.
You have to let happen what happens first. You got to film all this crazy shit. Oh, that's right. They
Document.
already are.
Yeah,
Film it,
right
document it, take it to the next level, put it in a simulation so you can be simulated what happened before instead of just reading about it because they burned all those books. What if they make it where it's something you can't get rid of?
like a scared straight, like you have to experience it in order to understand it,
Yep.
basically.
If you see
Yeah.
what there is, you'll find out what the fuck you don't want. The most important years is your teen years and your young years. So if you show it to kids in school in the future by by having actual footage that's we know is going to be fucking real, they're going to be like, no way, dude, no way, we ain't doing that, and their ideology is going to change. And when their ideology changes, the math and the balance of human beings will be back to what it was in the biblical times.
That's what's up, bro. And I believe society could do that, dude. I think you're right. I think you said it in one of your songs. You've said it a few times. We grew up like on the brink of the internet happening, right? So we got to figure this out for the next generation of people that are going to have to go through this same type of thing. And yeah, everybody makes mistakes along the way, but those mistakes are what create history, right? And that
I'd rather
history
it be a mistake than an outtake.
if 100% be a mistake, 100%. You're right. Don't cut it out of history. Leave it there for somebody else to learn from. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's facts, bro. Cause I believe we're all built by different personalities. I think that's what it all comes down to.
But look, nobody wants to be someone who makes a mistake right now. What
Mm-mm.
do? They take it out.
Fear.
Those people they're being watched.
They
It
try to
don't
put the
matter
mistake.
if they take out the outtakes.
Uh-uh.
The intakes
Yeah.
are showing you all those takes they're taking out.
Yeah. They're pulling out. Right. Yeah. And the ones that are going to notice it, see it, point it out. Yeah. Call it for what it is. But eventually, bro, that shit will be gone, dog. Man, that's wild to think about. You got Taylorville next, right?
Hmm.
That's the last show.
No, not Taylorville next. I got one show before that, and then I'm headed
And
there.
then Taylorville. Oh shit, 2 shows left, dog. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's
Then
wild,
my
man.
daughter Athena's gonna be here.
Dude, I'm hyped for you, bro. I cannot wait for that. Oh man. That
Bro,
I'm
what do you
sure
think?
you're
Like, I think,
excited.
oh, dude, I'm super excited. And after she's born, I think I'm gonna go back out, but I ain't doing shows. I think I'm gonna be a public speaker for a while
That'll be dope. That'd be really cool.
and have actual meetups and just have open conversations about shit with a couple microphones. Get 1,000, 2,000 people there, pass the microphone around. We'll just talk about random shit. Film it,
And you
show
could
everybody.
Well, you could do some really cool shit, bro, because your whole career you've talked about a lot of the stuff you believe in. You could lead into some of your conversations with some of your thoughts through some of your songs. Like you could really, and people believe in your music, bro. That's the biggest part about this. Like you're a believable person through your music, right? So I know I like to hear what you have to say. It doesn't mean that I 100% agree with you, but your opinions open up my mind to different opinions of that same topic, right?
Exactly. People
That's
don't
what we're
realize that
designed to do.
a disagreement could change the way both think. It meets each other again.
Yep.
That's how you figure things in. They say, hey, public figures, go out here and don't figure or speak anything. Okay. Well, how are they figuring out anything or figuring in anything if the figures don't have any
Fig
figures of speech themselves?
Never. You never happen.
They don't. Which lets
You
motherfuckers like myself shine and
yeah.
like y'all shine. Because what does outside the box really mean? Is it the box we're looking at right now? Because it ain't a fucking circle.
I feel like it's putting me in the box with them. Like I feel like I'm not, You're not putting me in a box by myself. You're putting me in a box with a bunch of other motherfuckers that you expect to all think that way. And I'm not doing that.
But you choose when you can and cannot go in the box because you know the dimensions literally with literature of the box. Some of these other motherfuckers don't know the literal literature of the box. They don't even speak English correct, and their fucking primary language is English.
They just climb in the box willingly, like, hey,
They have no
man, this
idea they're in a
is,
box.
yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But
that's
that's the great
crazy.
thing about our people. Think about this, okay? I know I already said I'm leaving, but I'll leave you on this. Think about this.
All right.
Everyone alive on Earth right now that is above the age of 27 lived just as much of the internet as the non-internet, and we are the only people that's ever going to see both sides, and we have the
True.
shortest lifespan of all time. Everyone before us never experienced it. Everyone after us never is going to be able to experience the world without it. We are the only motherfuckers who experienced both, which means we are the ones. It's going to be written in the fucking history as a whole when they talk about the next 1,000 years. We are going to be the ones that lived with this new technology, and they're going to show how motherfuckers were corrupted and how motherfuckers advanced to the next level of mentality.
That's that. Hey, that's deep and that's true though. Like that really is true. You
Mm,
can't deny that, dog. That's
mm-mm.
what's up. Well, listen, bro. I know you got to get going. Safe travels. I know you're gonna rock out these next two shows, and then after that, your daughter's born. And look, congratulations to you guys early. I mean, yo, I can't wait for you to experience that, man.
Thank you, brother. To the American viewers, I want to say bye. To the French viewers, au revoir. To the Spanish viewers, adios. To the German viewers, tschüss. See you guys later.
Appreciate you, dog. Much love.
See you, Kurt.
See you, buddy. Well, there we were. A little rant. I'm sorry I didn't get in the chat too much. I was reading it. I was really trying to pay attention to what we were talking about. I really enjoyed just conversating with shit like that with Ryan, dude. It's fun to open your mind and hear different opinions, hear different theories and thoughts. You know, we're not always going to be right, but it's cool to think about it. I never seen those maps, and that was pretty cool. Um, yeah, I appreciate everybody that came in. I see you, Momo, not a robot, Brad O, Crow Nick. What else we got? Terry. Shout out to Terry. Walking. Shout out to Walking. Not today. Shout out to Not Today. Hey, me and Not Today have had a lot of disagreements, but here you are. That's what's up. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's all a learning experience. Like for real. Ryan said something that really, really hit with me. He said, we're always, in life you're going to go different directions, and sometimes those directions lead you right back onto that same path. uh that's real, bro. That's real. I've met a lot of people in life that our paths in life went astray. We might not agreed on things and we had some issues, but eventually over time our paths crossed ways again, and we're good friends, or we're good acquaintances, or whatever it may be. um but yeah, that's real. And if you use that in life, I think you will I think you'll learn to accept things a little bit better. Like, it just because it's not happening today doesn't mean it's not every Locked Wolf says it really well. Uh Denial does not mean, how does he say it? Denial does not mean uh defeat. Like, just because you can't have it now doesn't mean you won't have it later. Like, you can't always uh get so discouraged by stuff that you can't control. I appreciate you guys. Don't let your anxiety control you. Control your anxiety. Understand that you choose happiness. You choose uh not to let things in life bother you. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of the week. If you're going to any of the shows over the next 2 days, safe travels. Uh hey, I appreciate you guys Full Spectrum, Not Today, Terry Smith, Sean. Again, chat, I'm sorry for not keeping up with you guys. You boys got to be to work in about 4 hours, so I'm out. Peace.